Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to this edition of the Halcyon Show. My name's Lorne Risley. With me, as always, for this final, backed by popular demand, but really this is the last one on Premier Battles because there is only one more.
This is the last one, gang.
This is the last one on Premier Battles because there is no more. But with me, as always, is my co-host Crash. How we doing, brother?
Boy, C. Back active. So, an active Crash. Will I be more of a dick? No, we'll keep it professional on this show. But yeah, man, I'm good. How are you, bro?
We are at the end.
We're at the end, like the end.
We're at the end. And we're caught up as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of the kayfabe era. I now do not need to not tell you anything because I was on this stream indirectly. All of my On the Couch segments for Prem aired on the Patreon this week, and my interviews with all the battlers aired this week. So we're now up to... We can say anything we like. Anything we say can't and won't be held against us in the Battle Rap Court of Opinion. Crash, is this a liberating moment? Is this a good moment that we're through the
How does it feel to me amongst the commoners? How does it feel to me amongst...
Having no knowledge. Having no knowledge. I feel...
No knowledge going prior forward.
I feel like it's a sad moment. It's a sad moment. I have no longer any leverage over anyone for any reason. It's sad. It's a hard one. But we'll build up cachet in other ways. We'll come to that at the end of the stream, though, because I'm sure some of you are going to be yelling at us, I thought you said last week was the last one. Y'all wanted it, so you got it. We're here. We're doing the last one. And because everyone has been so kind and so understanding and appreciative of what we've done over the last 2-3 months, we're going to keep rolling. We'll come to that at the end of the show and we'll explain what we're going to do. But for now, at least, we have the final pre-recorded Where Winning Matters episode 14. All 4 quarterfinals battles aired. Generally, what did you make of the show?
Getting messy out there, bro. It's getting hella unpredictable out here now, bro. It's getting Hamill gone, bro. What? He was everyone's favorite, no? Gone, bro. Gone by a Deburke, man. Deburke, bro. Even the people that lost, I feel like still won, apart from Enigma, bro. Enigma, that was a suicide mission, man. That second round, very harsh, bro. But then Quicksilver shocked me, man, to a point that like he's quite good now. You know what I mean? At the beginning of the tournament, I wasn't quite sure, but the way Quicksilver was rapping was really good, and the improvement, bro. He's got the best he could get from the tournament, I guess. I'm glad he got something, even though he gone, bro. But yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Well, all I would say before we start is how I would typify this episode. Everyone gave a good performance. I think some of them will lament certain mistakes, as battlers always do, and as you mentioned, Enigma maybe more so than others for his own reasons, which we'll come to. But I feel like this episode and this series of battles typified one thing, which is you can be really, 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 really good, and you can have a style everyone really likes, but unless you produce memorable moments consistently, and at least once every battle, maybe not every single round, but once a battle, you've got to come up with something that sticks in the mind of everybody and sets the tone. It doesn't matter. And I feel like everyone that won, everyone that qualified, did that. Everyone that didn't, even if they did great, just maybe lacked that certain catalyst that stuck in the minds of the judges and the fans at home that went, I mean, it's a shock, but you can't really argue with the results. But we'll debate it as we always do. The first battle is probably no better example of that, because I think one of them will feel unlucky to go home considering. And David is in the chat. What's good? DW, what's good, brother? Good to see you back on the Twitter timeline, brother. It's really nice to see you, man. Pagan versus Enigma the Prophet. Talk to me about this battle, Crash. Talk to me about...
This was my battle, remember? These were my boys.
This is your guy.
We was getting scrappy in the garden like Kimbo Slice. These were my guys. Like, these were 2 heavy picks of mine for this tournament. And, bro, it had the potential. It was going great, bro. Enigma won the first round, in my opinion. Whoa, this might be a scrap. Okay. And yeah, man, I feel like Pagan picked up every round, just got better anyway, and was like, oof, Pagan was just being a good Pagan. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, Enigma's second. Let's not even get the pause buttons out today. Let's just allow it. Let's
the
just
last one. Go on. You're allowed one.
Bruv, Enigma, bro. Just stop saying the bar, bro. Just stop, bro. Like I know in his head, any other bar you could go over it.
5 times. You can't do.
Bro,
I know
at what
you're not
point
watching
does
this.
self-awareness come into the
5
picture
times,
where
brother.
you realize I've said I'm sucking dick.
Right, from a battler's perspective, right, on the scale
that's
of
a battle rap nightmare.
the scale of fine to battle rap nightmare, where does that choke rank in terms of of all the lines to choke on? Fucking hell! Like, come on, talk me through that from a battler's perspective.
I'm not gonna say it's a 10, right?
Right.
Because after he got through his material, so he got it back. Because you know a bad choke can end the round, like, you know what I mean? He did get some material wrapped after that. So it's not a 10 out of nightmare. But it's 9.5, bro, because he was choking on dick for a fucking good portion of the round, bro. And that was the memorable moment that is not going to slide you judges' wins. It was remembered for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I mean, just come back to his first round for a second, because I think number one, Pagan went over significantly. He was 15, 16, 17 seconds over and got cut off. He had a couple of stumbles where he caught himself, but otherwise delivered it clean. But I feel like he had strong, but it was overshadowed by Enigma's cleaner round and some really cool writing in there, like "I'll destroy my idol," like Nebuchadnezzar. Referenced. Oh, and through the lens it isn't clear. You're like Morpheus's glasses. You're not connecting to the ears. Everything you see and land like amphibians. Like it's clever. It's good. It's showcasing that dynamicism. Pagan comes back with the. Imagine the scene of a mum breastfeeding a kid in the park. Enigma screams at the kid, "Suck your mum!" and he says, "I'm trying to." Like the child abuse angle, which is a strong angle, but the stumble kind of took the wind out of the sails. And then the second round, Enigma goes with the how does he get to that? Because he was fine and he was going through it well. Did he just sort of get?
Like did he sort of get? Stopped. Yeah.
Did he get ahead of himself in the sense of, oh, this is great. This is great. This is, oh, wait, where am I? Like, he felt like he was almost too invested in how well it was going, almost. Maybe? I don't know. Because that moment, he had the whole... he had the battle in his hands. I had the first round going to Enigma.
I don't know, man. It's like... But it felt like, watching it back today, he got the point across of, like, it was you'll take it too far, like, he'll touch your kids. Like, that was... Like, do you know what I mean? To prove that you're a nonce, like whatever he said.
It's a strong line, yeah.
And then he finished on it again, and then he brought it up again, and it just went left, bro. It just went left, bro.
It was a strong line. And it didn't quite
like Pagan
connect.
Wasn't even that bad in the first. Like, do you know what I mean? We'll take minor points away. Like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't a harsh thing, but it did take away some momentum. But compared to Enigma's, bro.
But yes, that choke is
a bad one.
The trouble is as well, I fear now that's the kind of choke that people are gonna throw that back in his fucking face in battles to
bro,
come.
100%, bro.
So okay, here's the question then.
Even in battles he's not in. In battles he's not in.
I've got to ask then, how would you handle that going forward? You know it's coming in your next battle. Do you steer into it? Do you deflect it? Do you de-escalate? How do you deal with that? Because you know it's coming. Or do you just no-sell it? Do you just kind of go, it happened, who cares?
Kind of no-sell it, but if you are going to go for the pre-battle, it better be fucking tremendous, bro. It's a strong move to try and... Because that's instant laughs, and if you don't bring it up, it's still going to be a laugh. Oh... But then if you do bring it up, you're kind of like teeing it up, I guess, to the audience members that didn't know about it. You've now informed them of it. It's hard. It's hard, man.
Yeah, indeed. By the way, Smokehouse is in the chat. We will hopefully have that gentleman join us later on, but you'll have to stay tuned for that. I'm not anticipating any of the battlers, but if any of the battlers are in the chat this evening, please do leave it in the comments that you want to hop on. Me and Crash would love to have you on. But coming back to the battle for a second, Pagan's second round wasn't the strongest, but it didn't need to be to kind of rebuttal that second round, so I gave that one to Pagan. Referenced his boxing, referenced Mike C dissed your family and you didn't say shit. Claim you're coming from the belt, but racist battlers acting like cunts and you just shrugged like a melt.
It was a strong round still. Very strong round. I felt like it was a good round.
It was a strong round. And Pagan's cadence, and I think like you said, he built in this battle. He was stronger and stronger as the battle progressed.
But like you said as well, like he didn't, as long as you wrapped words, bro, and closed it out, you was all right.
Yeah, you're right. After a choke like that, and especially, he was Enigma was so disappointed at the end of that, but he shrugged it off for the last one. Didn't get the cleanest of starts, but then built. My people fought for independence and made it last. Your people gave it back. References PB, Scotland and Ireland collapsing. There's no competition for you. You're a pagan. What trials have you gone through? And then goes on the soul stuff.
The soul finisher was nice. Yeah.
Built like Stonehenge. His whole foundations are built to try and imitate a star, which is, I liked the end of his round as well. Burn a tree and I'm a demon invoked. Your name is Pagan, feebly chose because soul was taken like Bohemian Grove. I like that reference. Soul was taken is a lovely reference. That's cool.
That was a decent round still, bro.
Indeed, but Pagan's last round I felt was Pagan's strongest of the battle, which is kind of the combination.
He built up, to be honest.
The line that I highlighted is, for me, the line of the battle, which is, you came back with empty pockets. This shit is not for charity and sure as shit ain't for profit. Ooh, that's a good line. I like that line.
Good. That's a nice one.
That's a good line. But
Pagan's number one pick again. Like, do you know what I mean? It was half and half.
Pagan's number one pick. We'll come to who he's facing later. The judges gave it split twice, but all gave it to Pagan, so he swept this one pretty consecutively. How do you rate Enigma going forward then? Because he's made some pretty impressive progress through the case of the tournament. If you're Enigma, what do you do next?
Oh, you just take a couple more battles and people forget about it. Like, once you get out, but if you go missing now, I would say it takes another 6-7 months. As soon as you come back, that problem that you were running from is everyone's going to be reignited with that, and it's going to be funnier because someone's had 8 months to think about it. You just take a couple more battles, get it over with, probably battle someone really, really good, like a Yunnan. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, when I battled Yunnan did a lot of topics on me that people don't really do because Yunnan did as well. So if he battles someone's really, really good and they get that out the way with, he'd be all right. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's just it couldn't be me though.
I would really love to see him back though. I think he's one of those people in this tournament that's kind of come out of he had very little expectations coming in. Very little people sort of highlighting him as a winner of the tournament overall. And by this round, people had him thinking he might just do it. It's a shame. And it really illustrates just how quickly things can turn around in the tournament. Like, one moment effectively cost him the battle. One slip that cost him 30 seconds. And he's out. Craziness. Do you know what I mean? But what's been the highlight for Enigma for you? Like, if you were to pick one moment of Enigma's tournament so far, Pagan's in the chat. Was good, Pagan. Get back to your workout, young man. You can come on later when you're done with that. You better have fucking sorted your Wi-Fi out. What do you think about Enigma and his tournament run? What would you epitomize as, or maybe just what you've liked about it? What do you think about his run in general?
Like the battle that was highlighted for Enigma, I'd say, is the Frost battle. Because that would probably, going into it, not a lot of people had him winning. And just him being able to, like, beat a Frost. I give him that. That's cool. But my highlight for Enigma as the battler is probably just, like, the Bobby Rex cosigns, all the praises of people now enjoying and like, maybe seeing more of Enigma and getting it a bit more and just, like, connecting with him now.
Agreed. I think he's brought a little. But the other thing he's done in this tournament that I haven't seen a lot of, he was unironically confident. He was telling everyone that would listen, this guy's shit. This guy's trash. I'm better than this guy. I'll buddy this guy.
That, bro. He was one of the only ones that kept cutting promos throughout. And I enjoyed his segments.
100%, 100%. Pagan in the chat saying, Enigma would have run that battle very close if all his rounds came out clean against me. Raging, I didn't get to finish my first. It had a nice little part to tie up beating up kids. There's a sentence I don't have to read twice, but I pushed it a little bit with the rebuttal, especially because the gamble on that rebuttal didn't pay off. Yeah, I think you lost about 15 seconds on that rebuttal, brother. But it felt necessary in the moment.
But it was one of them ones, yeah, that if he didn't rebuttal it, someone would have said, like, and later down the line, like, do you know what I mean? Or in a backhanded comment of, like, Enigma choked, like, on that line, like, and you didn't say nothing. There's always a hater. There's always a hater that will say, like, how can you not say about it? Like,
oh, sorry. No. This was in the first round where he rebutted something about Enigma saying something about him being Scottish and Irish.
Oh,
and
my bad.
Pagan was, you're just jealous because Irish is sexy. I can leave a whole cradle of nephews if I rock up and hit your sister with the J tattoo. So, yeah.
I don't know what that meant. Yeah, either way, I don't know what that meant. What does that mean? Explain it to me.
Well, he can probably explain. Pagan, if you're about later, come and tell us how fire that last 15 seconds might have been. You got the win, though, so it kind of doesn't matter, but there you go. I would say we need to debate this more, but I feel like Pagan's journey is set to continue, so we'll have plenty of time to talk about how good Pagan does in his next battle against the winner of our next battle, which is Dubtee versus Quicksilver. Now, this is an interesting one, but give me your thoughts first and foremost. What did you make of this battle?
Do you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, when I watched it yesterday, I was like, Dubtee's doing, like, good. Like, he's doing decent. He's getting it off. But then I feel like the way Quicksilver, like I said at the beginning of the show, was rapping, it was like, oh, he's actually figured out a way to deliver dope material. Like, I feel like he's definitely found his bag a bit more. Like, if he does this in his next few battles and just ups the writing, he's clear. But then I watched it today, and Dub was kind of cooking, man. I feel like Dub cleaned him every round slowly. I'm not gonna lie. Slow burner for me, I'll admit it. But yeah, on the second watch, it was definitely more cooking, and I think I was concentrating more on Quicksilver's style improvement. But again, I'm glad he got something from the tournament. But yeah, I give that 3-0 to Dub. I'm not gonna lie.
I might be being too harsh on Quicksilver here. Debate me on this as much as you like, because I'd be happy to hear the counter argument. This felt like Dubtee playing with his food. I watched it first, and I felt Dubtee won it pretty concisely. I go back, I do my agonizing notes, and I'll be honest. There's a stunningly small amount here that I either haven't heard before and a lot about Dubtee, or just wasn't anything to do with Dubtee and was filler. Dubtee, on the other hand, seemed to really... This felt like bullying to a certain degree. It's just that Quicksilver has a very strong, stern demeanor about him, very confident, very assertive, and I think delivered his stuff unfazed, except for the second. You could see there's a moment in the second round where he tries to go after the whole judges, or is it the third, actually? No, it's the third round. Let me correct myself. Tries to, the judges are all signing him off. No? Just me. Okay. And then carries on. And the problem with that, mate, is, what tournament have you been watching? Like, I'm sorry, the judges have been giving Dubtee probably the most amount of scrutiny round to round. They deducted him an entire battle because they were scrutinizing him so heavy. So it just didn't line up for me. Whereas all three Dubtee's rounds, they felt mean. They felt really dismissive. Talk to me about what you saw.
The thing you don't want to do, Lorne, yeah, and I don't know why I have to say this to battlers, but I hope you're listening. In a tournament setting with judges, yeah, and you don't know who's going to judge it, and you don't know how they're going to take what you say, yeah, is you don't want to piss off the judges and call them, like, crooked or bent. like, you know what I mean? You know, that's never a good thing.
Me and Crash definitely haven't done that at all, and during the tournament, hashtag Riggsy, hashtag Justice for Blackfeather.
No, but that makes sense because he owns the league. What the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? Like, do you know what I mean? That's funny. But, like, yeah, as a battler who needs them votes to win, you don't want to be like, yeah, all the judges have been rigging it and giving it to you. When, again, like you said, it's not true.
It's a hard one. I just didn't. It just didn't fly with me because again, you're talking about Dubtee, someone that's had rounds deducted because people have said, "Oh man, the name flips," or he just didn't seem that bothered and stuff like that. And Dub, on the other hand, I mean, to come out as well to basically take the high five segment from the last round, which was a highlight of Quicksilver. It was like everyone's like, that's genius, that's really funny, and he dismantled it. He took it and went, "That's your only thing you've done. Congratulations. That's the only time you've connected with an audience member." I thought that was brilliant. But it was so dismissive and disrespectful.
Dubtee's a bully in a smuggy way, like, do you know what I mean? Fuck your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. No one cares. No one cares. Like, even this bit about like a good racist. The only good racist is a dead racist.
Signing off with it, yeah.
That's so, like, who cares if you won a battle? Like, I mean, that's so smuggy.
It is, because again, like, I remember giving Quicksilver a lot of props for that, and it is, again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen it, I don't even know if it's available. Maybe my stream is the only place you can see that battle now, because I don't think it's publicly available anymore. But if you get a chance, the moment where Quicksilver finishes his round and Wavy John looks at the camera and realizes in a moment his career is over, son. No. It's one of the great battle rap freeze frames.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's great. It should have just had credits rolling on the screen as he looked at it, mate. It was fucking incredible. But to take that and go, you didn't go far enough. You had this guy in front of you and you let him.
You only said it in your third round when all your battle rap mates were backing you. Like, you know what I mean? When Tony D was in the room, that's when you felt certain enough to say it. Yeah, again, it's like, yeah.
It's great. But I will say, just because I don't want to give Dubtee all the, because I think even though I gave it 3-0 to Dubtee, and I'm sure you did too, Quicksilver is best when he's him. And it's moment again. Quicksilver's good in the pocket in the sense of, I liked his. You won't get the win because I want that. Don't try making the semis. Just try making some eye contact and leant right into his face, dead face.
Insecurities, like.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, play on that.
he has a physicality that he can lean on that I don't think he utilized in this battle nearly enough because he's like fucking 7 foot tall. And, like, there's moment, again, like, the Jada kiss is what Jem called you when you got erect. What a mess. Like, it popped the room, popped Dub. He didn't fucking sell it. But he then pivoted to something completely different. And I feel like he's good at getting momentum in his rounds. He's good at kind of composing a round that it feels filled and it feels like it's going somewhere. But it doesn't seem consequential a lot of the time. It feels like he's rapping to get to a point, but that point doesn't quite pack the punch it needs to in order to justify the time. What do you make of Quicksilver generally now that he's out of the tournament from when he started? I mean, do you see someone that can continue to develop, or do you see someone that's got to take it in a different direction? How do you analyze Quicksilver as a potential, not necessarily opponent, but a potential battler for the future?
With the style I feel like he's developed in this tournament, I think with the longer time limits, yeah, he has more time to play now. Like you said, maybe he is still struggling with the writing and like the like you said, getting to the point quicker or not missing that point or skimming over and making sure, and that's the bulk of it. Again, we are dealing with minimum time limits here, like, do you know what I mean? So with a longer one, hopefully you get, like, I'm more likely because of this tournament now to click Quicksilver's battle than I was after I saw him at Short Circuit, if that makes sense, without being rude, respectfully.
No, 1000%. I completely agree. I'd say that's the same for everybody. Everyone's leveled up.
Yeah, there's a few.
No, you're right.
I don't know if I can do a spirit battle again, bro. You've let me down. You made me look like a mug on the timeline to Dubtee. It made me look like an absolute mug. I don't know if I can watch it. But everyone else, yeah, like a B Ramble, cool. A Deburke, definitely, like, do you know what I mean?
Well, we'll come to Deburke later because his run is far from over, it seems. But before we get to the next battle, because we now have the semi-final of Dubtee and Pagan confirmed, talk to me about that battle, man. Pagan, who I think everyone...
Pagan versus Dubtee.
Yeah, man.
Boys,
talk to me about that one. Talk to me.
This is crowd.
This
with
is
the
crowds.
crowd.
This is live event again.
Boys. I don't give a fuck what's going on in your lives. Yeah, you're both gonna have to come on 10, like level 10 Super Saiyan Blue straight out the gate. None of this start on base, go Super Saiyan. We'll try this. Don't try nothing. Do your best. Get all your best moves, everything you've been prepping over this tournament, because like I want some war here, lads. I want to see the fight for the final. I want this to be what this has the potential to be in the battle that everyone, again, we've had a few, says this should have been the final. Like these boys can do
Ooh,
serious damage to
that's
each other.
bold. That's
But I want to
bold.
see a 10 Pagan and a 10 Dubtee. I'm just getting nasty in there.
Well, I mean, right. I have quite. So you're picking right. Well, who are you picking? Before I make
Pagan.
my okay,
Pagan.
right.
Don't let me down, my boy.
I have quite famously backed Dubtee from the jump. I will admit now, Dubtee. I know you're. I know you're. I know Dubtee is watching this and pretending to be busy. Okay, your Hollywood facade is not fooling anyone, young man. However, Pagan as an opponent for Dubtee genuinely concerns me because Dubtee, I think his arrogance is as much an asset to him as it is a problem. He will look at Pagan and think, oh, I can deconstruct him and pick him apart and that's fine. Pagan knows how to put pressure on people. Pagan knows how to be super aggressive and hyper violent with his stuff. I don't know if Dubtee is going to be able to contend with someone that can combine that with the technicality of writing that Pagan has. He's confronted again. He's the RX thing is as fucking visceral a moment as you can ever deal with as a battle rapper. I'm not saying he can't deal with that kind of pressure, but the idea that man, it's.
I'll tell you what it is. Dubtee is very good with like this guy's a dickhead. Let me tell you why. This guy, look at this guy,
and he's so annoyed that he has to explain it to you.
Good at it. Pagan is a. Oi, let me tell you what's wrong with you, you fucking cunt. Like, you're being a dickhead.
No, you're
right?
right.
Like, I'm gonna tell you, he's direct. Like, whereas Dubtee's more like the smuggish. Do you know what I mean?
He's so annoyed.
Make everyone look at this guy, guys. He's a fucking nerd, bro.
He rocks up.
Whereas
like
Pagan's just aggressively like that autism. I'm just gonna tell you what I feel right now.
Yeah, Pagan has the ability to turn on the blinders for sure. And Dubtee is so annoyed he has to explain things. It's like, how have you all not figured all this out before I spat it? And it's like, but I still worry about that because he has a tendency of sometimes going overboard with it. But anyways, so Pagan in the chat, by the way, Dub had his best performance against V Gotti, but I am better than V Gotti. Pagan not letting anyone have any doubts about his performing levels. Pagan, I presume you think you're going to win. I'm just going to assume that. David, by the way, in the chat says, can I just say, love Crash's color commentary like a Paul Heyman to Lorne's Jim Ross. Do you understand that reference?
I don't know what the fuck he just said, but thank you very much.
He called me Jim Ross, which is a fucking compliment I'm not worthy of. Paul Heyman to you is pretty fucking good. That's a pretty good reference.
Who's Paul Heyman?
Google him. Just when you get 2 minutes, just Google him. You Google him, and I'll tee up the next battle because you're predicting a Pagan win. I'm predicting a Dubtee win. Pagan, it's no shade to you, my friend. I just got to back the lad from the beginning because otherwise, Briggsy and his Black Feather song is right, and I've never known shit. But if I back Dubtee from the jump and he goes on to win the tournament, oh Briggsy, I shall never let you forget that this is the biggest show in battle rap, and don't you fucking forget it. Anyways, speaking of which. Bison Briggz versus Sam Hypes. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. The rig job is finally over. Sam Hypes has broken the chain. He has rid us of the tournament.
And we get shit done like Batman out here. Do you know what I mean? Justice for the Black Pro. We need to start them sorted. We got it sorted within a week, gang. Like, do you know what I mean? Riggsy is no more. The Riggzler, like the Riddler, no more, baby. Back to putting out great content. Lovely looking studio wise content. That's what G.
I mean, by the way, shout out to Briggsy because it should be said off off the back of the Bank Holiday Monday, the reason we're doing this on a Tuesday, by the way, Crash is going to go take care of something. He'll be back. The reason we're doing this today instead of Monday is because the Prem stream was pushed back a day. It turns out that Briggz had severely injured himself to the extent that he thought he broke his ribs. So, as far as excuses go, fair enough. I can sort of understand and abide by that. So, appreciate Briggz for getting it turned around, considering the circumstances, considering the pressure you must have been under to get it turned around. That being said, though, Bison Briggz versus Sam Hypes. After the last episode, yeah, we needed a hero. We needed someone to step up and right the wrongs of the last 5, 6, 7 weeks of episodes where we've seen Briggz flagrantly disregard the rules, cast aside his roster for fame, fortune, and that coveted £3,000 and title shot. He has been laying to waste, people. But it's all over now. Sam Hypes got the victory, as judged by the judges. I have the results here. Homeschool gave it 3-0, Sam Hypes. Frankie Fraser, by the way. I love Frankie Fraser as a judge. Thank God we've got Frankie Fraser as a judge. So technical, so concise, and so good with it. He gave it 2-1 to Sam Hypes. Ski Mask Jim, on the other hand, gave it 3-0 to Briggz. I'm not sure who Ski Mask Jim is or what battle he was watching. I'm also not sure where he buys his ski mask from, because that looked distinctly like a hood tied over a head. But nevertheless, not that, because we're through the tournament stage where the points matter, I suppose. So it's just you get a win, you get through, as it were. But Bison Briggz versus Sam Hypes. This was, again, the epitome of what I described at the beginning of the episode. And once Crash comes back on, we'll get his thoughts. But for now, you're just going to have to settle for me. This was, Briggz didn't do anything necessarily wrong. I thought actually his rounds were tight. I thought he was concise. I thought he delivered really interesting stuff. In fact, there's a line in here I really like I'll come to in a second. But Sam Hypes had moments. At least in 2 of his rounds, he had a moment that popped the entire room and set the standard for the battle. And having been there in the room on the day, I can tell you that on the watch back, if anything, it did Sam Hypes a disservice. I remember being in the room that day and it fucking shaking with excitement after Sam dropped some of these lines and really laid the foundation for what ended up being a 3-0 victory for, well, I suppose a 2-1 victory for him. But anyway, I'll come to the chat first before I break down the battle, give Crash a chance to come back on. Obviously, Pagan, big up yourself, my friend. Look, I'm only picking Dub, not necessarily because I think he's got any more or less of a chance of winning you. I've just been backing at the beginning. But Pagan, just know, for Dub's sake, you scare me. You're a fucking terrifying opponent, and I don't doubt you're going to give him the battle of his fucking life, my friend. David as well, you little gem. Appreciate you. Crash, telling you I love you. Explain the detail while it matters. He's going to Google it. He'll look into it. It'll be fine. In fact, seeing as Crash is bounced, Smokehouse, pick your battles. Lad, let me get you some Zoom deets. If you want to hop on, you can hop on and help us host. Let me find them Zoom deets. Where are they? Where are they? There we go. I will DM them to you now, my friend. Feel free to hop on whenever suits you. Right, so Smokehouse, aka Pick Your Battles, will join us at some stage. Look forward to that. But for now, at least, because Crash has wandered off for a moment. Where the fuck are we? There we are. Right, so Sam Hypes kicked off the battle and compared and contrasted the fact that Briggz choked his first battle completely. His opponent didn't turn up. Deformed little mess. Briggz' body looks like it's been absorbing his neck. This is the moment that, and I promise you, in the room, this fucking killed, man. And it did on the stream, but on the fucking room, it was great. Is Pagan going to join us? I mean, maybe. Pagan's got the link. Just in case you need it, Pagan. It's the same one from last week. Jaffa Cake. Massive waist. Shortest of legs. Killed it. Killed it. Fucking absolutely slayed it. And we've got the lad joining us now. What's good, brother?
Yo. What's up?
How we doing, man?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm alive and gainfully employed. Jim then writing today, lads, by the way, Pagan. So Pagan, even Pagan's Hollywooding us now completely, but it's okay. We've got Danny here. So Danny's gonna. Okay, I just want to throw it to you now because again, we've done some of the reviews of the battles. Crash is. I don't know what Crash is doing. He did warn me before we went live streaming that he might need to hop off for a second. But I want to throw it to you. Briggz versus Sam Hypes. You did predictions and you also did a bit of you've done recaps over the last week or two. Give me your impressions of this battle, my friend.
So on my on the predictions, the only thing that I think would have stopped Sam Hypes would have been the angles that he chose. I think Briggz didn't do bad at all in this battle, right? And I think if Sam Hypes would have done a round of, a Briggz round, I think it wouldn't have hit, in my opinion, because it's been done in the Crow battle. I think again, Crow done really, really well, and it is disputed and things like that. But the judges seen it the way that they seen it, and they put Briggz through. And I think if Sam Hypes would have chose different angles, it would have been a completely different battle, of course. But yeah, I just think he executed it all amazingly. It's crazy how he a little thing a line in a song, and he managed to bring one of the biggest moments in the tournament, to be fair, in terms of the reaction in the room, because it's been said all through the tournament. You guys have mentioned this as well in battlers that you've had on, nobody wants to cheer for anyone because they're all future opponents. So it's difficult, isn't it? I understand that. I wouldn't want to cheer for people in the tournament either. So to be able to get a reaction, I think means more in these small rooms than it ever did in a big stage or anything, because battlers can hide behind people to react. So even if, Crow reacted to Briggz in a battle before, Briggz might not even see Crow react in a big room, but in that little room, you can, that could end up being an angle. You're a fan of me, bro. What you on about? That can be an angle. So yeah, I think Sam chose his angles really well. I think that's what won in the battle, personally. And I think that's why the judges were kind of swayed towards Briggz in the Crow battle, because of the angles chosen negatively for Crow and positively for Briggz. So I think it flipped a little bit. Briggz angles for Sam Hypes weren't as strong as Sam's for Briggz.
I'm inclined to agree with it because this is what I was. Again, BT Dubs. I watched the battles I actually saw that I was there live for these. So the fact that you've mentioned something there that occurs to me in hindsight, which is even that day where 90% of that room wasn't battling again like a normal kind of event, it was oddly subdued, minus these very rare moments that people couldn't help themselves. And two of them happened in this battle. The first one, which was the Jaffa Cake, massive waist, shortest legs, and it's that popped everyone, which was great. And then in his second round, which was just again one moment, where the fuck is it? You've gone past being ginger, you're now African sunset.
Which that was fire.
Got everyone. That was the difference, because in Briggz' rounds, again, there were clever little moments. He flipped the Lily Phillips thing in the second round. In the first one, there was a cool I Am Legend line, which again, by the way, I didn't catch the first time around because it was almost too, not a niche reference. Everyone's seen I Am Legend, but I didn't remember the name of the dog.
Yeah, do you know what? It weren't until I watched it, because I've watched these battles, especially that one, because like Frankie said, judging, I actually think that was quite a hard battle to judge.
Yeah.
And all part of the streaming that I've done in the past was all about watching battles and judging them and saying who we thought won, and you do the same. And that was a really difficult battle to judge for all the right reasons, which is nice. Normally it's because of both of them being a bit shit, if I'm honest, but it was for all the right reasons. And I don't know, man, even the round placements, right? If Briggz' second round was his first, and then he went into his first round as his second, then kept his third as his third, the momentum building, I think, would have been more impactful for Briggz. So even where you place your rounds is so important. It's crazy, which is why I can never be a battler, because I'm just not strategic like that at all.
It's difficult though, because again, even in the room, judging the vibe of it, when you've not got that feedback from the fans and the crowd, where it's these are guys that are going to try and sleep on you as much as possible, which is why even when I'm saying things on Twitter these days, there's a line from Briggz in the first round. It's like the Usos, the way I've got some Sam Owen blood in the ring. That's sick.
Yeah, that was fire.
No one wants to sell it because it's but it's Briggz fucking, and he's, you know what I mean? It's kind of mad, but I feel like Sam has not had the reps in the tournament to really reach his stride, and yet has produced these moments. The question I have for you while we wait for Crash just to reassess what he's up to in the background, they're having a much more interesting conversation. Crash, if you can hear me.
Yo,
He
well,
can
God,
hear me.
sorry. Well,
Listen,
God,
man.
What's
If
up, Crash? How you
well,
doing,
God,
man?
Daddy.
we missed you. Like we're
Sorry,
reviewing a whole
sorry,
battle
boys.
without you. Like
Sorry.
you,
Business.
business. Interesting. Well,
Business.
I want to throw it to
Business.
both of you then, because this battle is a typical example of a tournament run that no one anticipated in Sam Hypes. Two questions. I want to throw it to both of you. Pick it up, whoever wants to take it. What does Sam Hypes do now that he didn't prior to the tournament that's got him to this level? And does he have that in terms of what it takes now to go on and win versus the other three that he's potentially got to face? I don't know based on this. He had two great moments. But is that enough? Did he consistently deliver in this battle? I'm going to throw it to Crash first. What do you make of Sam Hypes running into this so far?
Okay, so I had a little theory going back to like a lot of the battlers in this now are struggling. Like the older battlers as well. I feel like I seen it in Frost. I saw it in Ghast of like running out of that steam of like, mate, okay, I don't know if I can fully commit. But all the young uns feel like they've still got that like spark in them that like, no, I actually want this. I want to prove myself. And I feel like Sam had this at the start, not being able to battle, which made him ever so ready to like just get in there and do his thing. But when he did that, he didn't have the greatest battle against Quicksilver, which then I think then ignited the flame of like, right now I've got to start bombing on brothers. Like I'm here. Do you know what I mean? I'm here for a reason. And Briggsy is at the time an easy target to do that to. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't even really bring up no allegation things. You know what I mean, I would have been petty me. But
You would have
yeah,
as well.
I feel like Sam really showed out in this battle, and like this is the Sam Hypes we need to get him to the final.
Do you know what it is for me? I've always thought Sam Hypes is brilliant, right? But he was a journeyman, and I remember there was one year when I was doing my streams and stuff, and we was doing predictions for every event and everything. Even the boxing was doing predictions for, weren't we? Like every single event, I was talking about Sam Hypes on the card, right? Like he's a battler that can just go. But there wasn't a lot really directed to win any of his battles, right? So in this tournament, it's completely different style of battling, isn't it, to an exhibition. Like you would take completely different routes and different angles, knowing that you're going to be judged in a battle rather than if you're not. If you're not being judged, you just go showcase what you do well. And Sam Hypes does that. He does do a lot of things well. But I think the difference between his previous two even and this one was he went at Briggsy, not at battle rap, if that makes sense. He went at his opponent. And I think that's something like being like real direct. Like those bars couldn't be said to anybody else in that tournament. None of them. I don't think there was any filler really. Like there was a few, I think, throwaway lines, you know, and he maybe could have sharpened up a few edges. But in terms of, you know, attacking an opponent, I think that's the most direct I've ever seen Sam Hypes.
Well, you do have to also take into consideration he harkens a little bit more back to the old school of, look, I'm just going to pick something about your fucking face. I'm just going to start with that, which I don't know why. I think, is it a case that a lot of the guys now just look at that and thinking it's a bit too low-hanging fruit, that there's not enough to work with technically? Because it's effective. Like, I'm not, again, Jaffa Cake, massive, like... It's so simple, and he's had 1,000 jokes leveled at his appearance, and Briggsy's even like, just okay, let's hear it. But it was rare in this tournament, so at least so far. It feels like a lot of the guys they start off with this sort of more technical outlook of trying to find something wildly original, and then trying to make it interesting. And working backwards
I think these sort of things, it's like fashion. It goes around full circle, and it like you look at like 2012 to like 2015 don't flop, right? It's all your mum jokes and your nose is as big as this and whatever else, right? And then, you know, we start to see like the Frankies coming through and things like that, and Soul getting even more popular because they were good writers. Bizzo going through the Anarchy tournament, he didn't get through that tournament for being a funny guy or you know, just picking on someone's appearance. But yeah, I just think it comes full circle. You know, like the fashion that kids wear now was probably what our parents worn back when they were little. Like it all comes full circle, and we'll probably get another time when it's all about, you know, who can write the better bar rather than who can humiliate their opponent more. But I think in terms of, again, a judge battle, it's very easy for judges to give points to something. Like, you think, yeah, most of us are watching this on a screen, right? In the room, you might be stood over this side of the stage, not even seeing the face of Briggz, right? For example, you might be, on the other side and not seeing what Sam Hypes is actually doing in terms of actually portraying himself and stuff. So
Lorne was in the room. He can't relate right now.
But this is what I'm saying. But when you're looking at a screen,
we were watching it on screens.
Yeah,
when you're so sour about the fact that I knew about this shit for months. He's so annoyed with me. And I didn't tell him a goddamn thing, ladies and gentlemen. I kept kayfabe alive. Let me tell you, okay?
What? If I had a hat on, it'd be off for you right now, because that is, I can't do that. Like, even when, even in life, like when I proposed to my wife, I told about 15 people before I did it, just because I don't keep secrets. Like, I'm so
same.
Shit.
I would have been so shit, like, especially when they come on the show. Be like, yeah, listen, why am I £20 now? I'm blowing up everything.
Yeah, that £3 coming to me.
Enigma choke. Guess what it was on? Guess what it was on?
Wait, by the way, I know that you've spoken about, but my lord, man, to choke on that bar.
What choke?
I mean, Enigma, if you're watching, salt in the wounds, brother. But again, I just want to point that it's him. He said it at the end. Not Crash, not me. We forgave you for it. He's the one bringing it back up. Why are you bringing up old news for, man? Why are you bringing it up again, man?
It's not going to be the last time.
How many times?
How
many times did he repeat the line?
5.
Because that's how many times I'm going to bring it back up in the stream now. Okay.
Bears.
It's crazy, but it's the same thing. Like, that was the worst line he could have done in that whole round. Bless him. Like, that's horrible. But I was going to say about Sam Hypes and Briggz, right? So what I was saying about round placement, yeah. Briggz's round ended on me and you are the same. We're both ginger. Sam Hypes' round started on.
I'm not ginger like him.
Yeah, I'm not ginger like this guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is like, and that's again, like, it's happened before in the tournament as well. Like, Briggz was saying about Crow using just basic name flips, things like that, and he's going to hear a lot of Bison and Briggz and Riggy and all this sort of stuff, right? And the first bar that Crow said was a name flip. Do you know what I mean? So it leans into that angle even more, and that's why I think sometimes, like, even just certain bars, like, just start on your next bit if you can. I can't think like that in the moment, and I'm sure a lot of people can't. But yeah, I just think round placement has been well important in this tournament as well. Round placement and angles, I think, are the biggest things. And we all thought it was going to be punches.
We'll come back to Sam Hypes in a moment, because we'll talk about his battle against the winner of the next match. But before we do, we need to now talk, and I'm going to throw this to Crash first, because and Enigma's in the chat. I thought it was hilarious, man. The boys are killing me on the rewatch. Yeah. Anyways, Briggz. The villain of the piece.
He was right in this battle.
No. I need to set the table first, and then I want Crash. I want you to disseminate it, and then we pass to our illustrious guest. Listen, we've had some fun with Briggz. He's had some fucking fun at our expense as well. You're welcome for the whiteboard, motherfucker. But has he had the credit deserved for the fact that he's effectively carried this whole fucking thing for 4 months? Like, the idea, conception, announcing, editing, hosting duties, filming, performing, going through the rigmarole, and now, I don't know what happened. Maybe he was hit by a car. Maybe Sam Hypes hit him with a wrench. Who knows? But, like, as much as the heel run has been entertaining to run with both off camera and on camera, a Herculean effort by the owner. Just talk to me about that. Crash, first of all, I know we're no big fans of Briggz on this show, Justice for Blackfeather, but, like, talk to me about Briggz and the Where Winning Matters tournament as a whole, my friend.
Nah, man, I think it was a big risk for Briggz, man. With battle rap, Briggz do take risks, bro. That's why he's still pioneering and, like, making it what it is, being active today, man. And, like, to not only, like you say, think of this whole thing, think about taking it unorthodox and making it studio worthy, and, like, I remember how much we were saying, like, this could be, like, this was the finished product. Like, got a bit shit in the middle, not gonna lie, let's just be. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Got a bit COVID-y during the middle. Wasn't a fan of that. But the original product, right, was cold. And, like, man, like, hats off to him. Like, do you know what I mean? But, like, yeah, then stepping in when no shows happen, fucking up against Dojo ain't easy. But I get it. He needed to put some story into the episodes. You know what I mean? I feel like he did it for the fans, and then having some good performances. And yeah, man, Briggz is a highlight of this tournament. I won't lie, and it should be for like. I don't feel like other battlers promoted or stepped into it as well as they could been and played their roles. But Briggz he did, and I won't take that away from him, man.
Danny.
But justice for the black fella, man.
Danny, give us your thoughts on Briggsy in the Where Winning Match tournament, my friend.
Do you know what? There was one thing that you said, Lorne, setting up that question, instead about him carrying the weight for 4 months. The thing is, though, Briggsy's actually been carrying the weight of a lot of, like, the whole scene for years. Do you know what I mean? 8 years. And, like, looking at it, whenever Briggsy's involved in something, I'll support it, right? And I'll support him because he's given free entertainment to me. Like, I mean, I pay for the Patreon, I pay for tickets, things like that.
But I can hear some pinging. Is that someone DMing you money is whisper? Is that Briggsy DMing you as we speak? Briggsy, get off his phone, lad. Okay? We're giving you your flowers. Go on. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Like, I do think the like for Briggsy and the thing he's trying to create with Prem and stuff, I think it is commendable. Because, like, you know, Lorne, we were talking in the DMs before about, like, even doing this is a very thankless task, right? People are entertained by it, people watch it and all this, but you gain very little from doing it. Like, you get to speak to some people. Like, the only reason why I was like, yeah, I'm jumping on, because I have not sat down and spoke battle rap with people for probably about a year and a half, right? Like, the last event I went to was that Apex, Elites Only Apex. And even then, like, you know, I spoke to a few people, but it was a long ass day. So I kind of sat back a bit and just enjoyed the vibes of the event and that. So, like, to be able to sit down and just speak battle rap is awesome. But yeah, Briggsy definitely does a thankless job. And I think, you know, the whole team, to be fair, like we say Briggsy, you know, he's probably the one doing all the editing and things like that. But, you know, even Yanniff, right? He's not part of the actual team or whatever.
Even Yanniff! God, the way
even
you
Yanniff
said that.
Oh, no. Calm down now. Calm down now.
Even Yanniff!
Hey, I got love for Yanniff. It's not that. I got love for Yanniff. I'm saying, like even him being stood behind that camera doing the interviews, those little jobs that go along with all this, right? Like, it's massive and impactful, you know.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think that the whole team deserve all the flowers that they can get, and you know, I'd be excited to see what happens with Where Winning Matters 2.
Oh wow, second season.
I think we'll see a lot of old faces come back. Like, I think we'll see the likes of Ark, people like that. I think they'll be.
I've been teasing this as well, but Dawn don't like it. He's like, we're on where
we've got to get through season one first, right? But I will just say,
you need to be on that second tournament there.
I might have to just go farm everyone.
And now they're booking next year.
Let's see, I got some battles coming up.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
As far as thankless tasks go, Stro is in the chat and quote, Danny with the return. Finally, someone who knows what they're talking about. Right there, big man. Right there.
Even better,
that's how you get these little things.
You actually get a fucking trophy for this?
Yeah, look at that.
What the fuck is that? What are they handing out here?
It says 2022 Media Platform of the Year. Do you know what? Yeah, and this is again.
Who was that this year? Who was that this year? Don't piss me off.
Well, hey, I've done this one stream, right? And I've probably already got it, but Lord,
you learned where the exit was.
Bro, I'll get muted now.
Play with the whiteboard instead.
No, I think.
Oh, Cammy got it this year, by the way.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's good for him, isn't it? But okay. That's good for him, isn't it? Like, well done, Cammy, in that, like. Good job. Good job.
Do you know what?
I ain't even know it existed until 7 minutes ago. So
the moment you know you made it with media, is when you get that message from Trub to be like, hey, yo, so you know I'm doing the Battle of the Year? Like, and then ask you to be on the panel, bro. I tell you now, the fan in me was like buzzing, like stupidly. Because I only started streaming, because I wanted to get my cousin into battle rap. So I had someone to go to events with, right? And then it just blew up into something that just, you know, snowballed into more and more and all that. But like, yeah, being able to sit and chat with people, and then I walk into an event and somebody notices me, I'm like, yeah, man. Like, I remember the first time, Moke was across the room, and he literally was like, and I was like, yeah, that's me. All right. Felt like a king for a day. But it's awesome. Do you know what I mean?
Tony D sent my mum a happy birthday message. I made it. That's it.
That's big.
That's my plat for the wall. I'm trying to get Enigma on now. Enigma, I've sent you the link on Twitter. Please feel free to hop on and do it now, preferably, because I'd rather us sort this out now.
What a guy!
Sort this out now, and then we'll cover the last battle of Deburke and Hamill, which I have controversial thoughts, gentlemen. I'm sorry to be that guy again.
You better not. You better not have.
Now, Lord, I think we might have the same thoughts. I think we might have the same thoughts, Lorne. I'm not going to lie.
But we'll see. But first, I want to give Enigma an opportunity to come on and introduce his vape pen to the bigger and better things it's gone to now that it's shedding him and the hanging on that he's been doing. But
we like the vape pen more than we like him. The vape pen didn't choke.
It made an appearance in the battle, and then it made an appearance in both his interviews, not only ours but the Prem one as well. I liked the pre-show interviews were back. Hooray! I missed those.
I enjoy. I
love all that.
I love all that as well, and that's really when I was jokingly cussing out the production of the KOTD area. I think I just wanted to see more of that throughout the whole tournament, man.
Yeah, like I was thinking as well earlier. I think it would have been cool, and hopefully they've got plans for the semis and the finals. But like, I was actually hoping. Well, sorry, not hoping. I think it would be cool if they actually started to do live events from the last 16 and actually had a bit like, I don't know, like crowd interviews, things like that. Yeah, live face-offs. Yeah, things like that. Like, there needs to be some stuff going on. Like, and yeah, I liked at the end of this one, this week's one, with them talking with all the battlers at the end. That kind of felt like a match of the day kind of thing.
Sorry to interrupt, but Enigma's back, and he finds us.
I'm in the chicken coop. I'm back, and I'm in the chicken coop.
Enigma to Profit, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you just got to talk to us. We've had our say. Talk to us about this battle. Talk to us about the tournament, and give us a rebuttal, if you would, about the talking point, the moment that's on all of our tongues.
There's no rebuttal. There's nothing to rebuttal. It was hilarious. So I don't have any excuses. Pagan did incredible. He did absolutely amazing. Pagan actually said my favorite bar anyone's ever said to me. So he really went out of the stratosphere with it. So I don't have no reasons, no excuses. Do you know what I did? Quite stupidly, I changed the line directly after that on the way to the venue, because I thought the angle wouldn't have made sense without me adding a connective piece between the 2 points, and then I just forgot the line. So that's all that happened there, and it just happens. It's one of them ones. But not to take anything away from Pagan, like, that was a magnificent performance, man.
I mean, I only have one question before I want to throw it to my esteemed colleagues here, and that is, you've had a hell of a run in this tournament, and I think a lot of people rate you exponentially higher now than they did before. What's been your takeaway? What's been, like, the thing that you now go, is it just now that people are recognizing you for what you knew you could do all along, or are you feeling like, oh, I can do this better than even I thought I could now? Like, what's your thought leaving the tournament and moving on to bigger and better things?
Yeah, do you know what it is? I actually care now. Like, at the start,
I will point out as well, sorry to interrupt you, dude, but literally everyone is vaping but you now. You're killing the gimmick. You better have it on
bro,
you.
My vape is the final boss, bro. These vapes aren't even ready for the competition, bro. This is Optimus Prime here, bro. My guy is on the sidelines waiting his final battle. He's charging up.
But sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, bigger and better things. What's your takeaway, my friend?
Yeah, man. I think the tournament's been great. I'm definitely gonna go on to bigger and better things. Like, I genuinely have some passion that I didn't have previously. Although I've always loved battle rap, I didn't really care before about the outcome, and now I do. It's I didn't really prep before, and now I do. I didn't really try before, and now I do. So moving forward, the spark has definitely been relit. It definitely took me. So I wanted to enter this competition though, because I know some people wanted to enter it to battle the Bobbies and the Vizes, and those guys are incredible. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to battle the Pagans and the Hamills, and I wanted to battle the hungry people that have still got a point to prove. and see how I faced against them. So I think I achieved what I needed to. And yeah, man, it's definitely bigger and better things from the tournament moving forward, man. I'm back and I'm here to stay. And I won't be going again for a hot sec. You won't be getting the Arsenal Tony D 16 retirements from me, man. I retired once, I'm back, and that's that. I'll be here for a hot sec. I'll be here for a hot sec, man. I got some great feedback from all the vets. Got some good love from some of my favorite rappers in the game. So I think I did what I needed to do, and now we'll see what comes next.
Crash.
Don't come back to No Loose Chat, Bev. Don't
Yeah,
come
man,
back.
bro,
Don't
I'm coming
forget.
back to NLC.
Hey.
And do you know what?
Barbecue season. It's barbecue season.
I think the return battle is me and you are gonna have a little word, see.
Me.
I think for a return battle,
I got a brand new angle on you, bro. Let's go.
you've probably got 6 angles on
Let's
me
see
at
how
least.
we do this without getting paused through it.
You wouldn't dare. You're so scared of pause, you won't even say it in your head.
No, yeah,
You ain't saying that shit out loud. Say
I
it
know
now. Go on. Say it now. Do it.
Now we just gotta pause this whole round.
To pause the whole angle. Adam Sandler and Click. Just pause the whole thing.
Pause the whole shit.
Nah,
we talk, man.
So yeah,
talk, man.
defo. We'll defo chat, man. 100%. I'm definitely gonna be on NLC. I'm definitely gonna be on Prem throughout the year. There's some other leagues popping up, pairing abouts, and you know what I'm saying I might be on them, might not.
Well, it sounds like Stro has already booked your next matchup, and quote, Stro says it's Enigma versus Danny Alves in retirement. That's harsh, but
Versus Danny Alves.
No football fans at Barcelona. Left back, famous.
I know Danny Alves, right back, Brazilian. I know. I just don't get the joke.
Looks a little bit like Danny. That was the easiest.
Oh,
really?
Crash is then. Yeah,
Nothing?
no, that makes that hit.
Wow.
That hits.
I take
that
no
hits.
response. That was a Stro joke. That is over everyone's heads. Stro, you have swung and missed. I'm sorry, my friend. Be better in the comments
That is
section.
joke, though.
But anyways,
what do you think about it?
Danny, I want to throw to you, my friend. Give Enigma the Prophet some flowers, my friend.
That was a new one, Stro. I'm not gonna lie. I never had that.
So one thing I will say, and I'm glad that you did it right, like taking the time that you needed. You said in your first interview, to be fair, like you fell off, right? And you knew that you did. Like you said, now you just didn't care before. And I wouldn't say I'd have been looking for the next Enigma battle back then. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd watch it. I would watch it. You were entertaining. You did what you had to do, but you were never, you know, the guy in that sense, right? And I don't think you really wanted to be either. It was something that you just did on a Saturday to hang around with your mates, and but now, like, do you know what? Do you know what? One thing that I actually am like really looking forward to is seeing you with a live audience, because the material that you do, like, there's so many times, and we was just talking about this, like people don't want to react in the room, especially in the groups and all that, when it was just the battlers or whatever. Like, they don't want to react to you just in case they got to battle you later. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you were hilarious in this tournament.
Oh, 100, bro. I said to Pagan, today I'm fighting a tiger and I won't leave with an L, because they said he blows the building up like Al Qaeda, and I'm trying to C4 myself. And not a single, like, the amount of things I said in that first. But I was expecting that, because I already knew going into it. I was like, bro, I'm not reacting. Like, you might, I'm really bad for reacting too. I'll pull a sneaky jazz face, but I'm not going, oh, crazy. So I was kind of expecting that, but I didn't want to take the joke route and then just do jokes, because I know they'd get reaction, because I'm done with doing that. When it's appropriate.
I think you had a good, like, healthy balance of it all. I think you showcased yourself really well in this tournament. That one line didn't necessarily showcase you very well, but apart from everything else, I said 5 times, guys. That's 3, all right. But okay, like with everything else, I think you've really opened some people's eyes to what you're here for now, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I'm excited to see you in a live battle. Like, I actually want to come and, you know, next time I see you on a flyer, I'm buying that ticket, and that will be because I want to see you live, see what you can do there now. Because I've seen that yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen the progression, and like, this weren't normal battle rap, was it, for a lot of you guys? Like, you know, some of you have done some maybe like during the COVID times, things like that, but nobody's done battles like this. So to see you be able to do what you did in that setting, like, imagine when you've actually got a room popping off because you said something fire, or you know, you've got everyone laughing their heads off. like you're gonna feel gashed yourself, and then that's gonna just add to your performance. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm
100%.
excited. I'm excited, man.
100%, man. Yeah, it will skyrocket, definitely, man. And big up for Pagan as well, man. Like Pagan is an absolute murderer. Moving forward, Pagan is my pick to win this entire tournament. He's definitely my pick. He has some strong competition, but he's a disgusting murderer. He has bad problems.
He has bad problems.
Not for real though. Like my guy's 10
I
is
got issues, bro. I got issues. Bro.
yeah, crazy. Pagan's actually one of my favorite rappers though. I think that's why I wrote the way I wrote for him, man.
Yeah, Pagan's been my favorite since I've seen him, bro. He's just, I don't know what it is. He's just got that fire in him, bro. Makes it feel like a battle, like, do you know what I mean?
Every battle
when he said to be Rambo, the Rock beats. Let's see if Rock beats Scissors.
No.
Right, you should have seen my reaction in the venue, bro. I almost walked outside.
I will say,
I was like, nah.
I got to point out actually, one of my low-key favorite things about you being in this tournament is I look out for you in the back of rooms because no one sells lines quite like you do. There was was it the African Sunset line? You full on rejected the camera and met the wall because you were just so turned around. Like,
you know what? I was outside and Sam said that line to me when we were sparring, and I damn near collapsed. You know when it was over. It was actually over. It was over.
But there's also
that's
other
the
moments
funniest thing
where
I've ever heard him say.
your eyes go wide. You find the camera wherever you are in the room. You've been such a great asset to the tournament, both in and out of the ring. You've really showcased a star quality by being a presence, by being a character, a persona that hasn't dropped because it's you. Like you've really embraced who you are and run with it. And people seem to really vibe. But people are gutted you're out of the tournament, dude.
Yeah.
That must be nice to know. Because again, you got Danny here saying he's going to buy your name's on a flyer. I'm buying a ticket. He's not going to be alone. That's got to be a great feeling.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. It just shows that I did what I had to do. Definitely, I did what I had to do. And big up Prem as well, man. Do you know what? Shotty called me out too because I bigged up Briggz and Show last night. I didn't big up Shotty and Rick Charles and Yannick. Stop playing games. But big up Shotty and Rick Charles, man.
Even Yannick, man. Even Yannick.
And Jamie, like the whole team in it. And you guys for covering, man. You guys have covered like every single week. You guys need to get just as much love because you're pushing it forward too.
Yeah, well, we don't get Media Member of the Year awards, so who cares?
Woo, now
look at
I know
me.
there's one.
I'm Battle Rap Media Member of the Year.
Do you know what? I think this
Dying
is the only time they've actually given out proper awards, and they done a whole ceremony. We all went suited up, and that it was sick.
Oh, I got a real trophy as well.
It was well good. Done a little speech. Boom.
I'm not jealous. You're
not
jealous is what you are.
No.
But no, coming back to Enigma for a second. What's been your favorite moment of the tournament, dude? What's been the moment that made it worth it for you?
For me personally, or watching the tournament?
All around, dude. Like again, you've been there from the jump. You haven't missed a beat. You've been as supportive as supporting gets outside of it. You've been a willing participant during it. You've more than held up your end of the bargain when it comes to battles. But you've seen it from start to finish now. What's been like? I'll remember this tournament because of this.
The two things that really, really stand out to me and that I'll never forget. Quicksilver's high five. Like Quicksilver's high five in the moment was just one of the most
ridiculous.
electric things I've ever felt. It was like The Rock hitting people's elbow. Like that shit was disgusting. And also I got 2 posters on my wall to remind me of my history. I said, what do they have, Yannick? One of Bloodstraw, one of Briggz. I will never forget that line in all of history past. That shit was fucking hilarious.
It's believable.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that, bro. Those are my 2 moments. Those are my 2 standouts. Yeah. Oh, the beaver too. The beaver. How can I forget the beaver? Don't he look like a beaver? Yeah, Frost is amazing, man.
Frost turned into Dick Van Dyke for a second there. Interesting. But do we have?
That was just my old school London accent.
You're all. I mean, if anyone's going to have a dig at anyone for having bad impersonations, it's everyone on me. I do the worst impersonations. But do we have any other questions for Enigma before? Because we have another battle to wrap, and Enigma wasn't in that one, sadly. Unless Enigma wants to. Do you want to join us to judge that one too? Do you want to give us a review of your?
You ain't got no fucking writing to do, have you, Bev?
Well, you do have a return to plan. You do have a potential battle against a world-renowned Barcelona left-back. So you do have your work cut out for you.
Right, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. One more
I'm
jab,
glad
I'll
if
call
you'll
it
have me, I'll stay to judge, man. Like,
All
bro,
right.
after I'm finished with battle rap, I'm gonna do exactly this, bro. Like I love analytics.
You
Wait, so-
used to do this. My IQ is too high. I know you did reactions during COVID as well.
You already know, bro. I love break, bro. I
No
love
one
breaking
knows,
shit
bro. Battle
down.
rap IQ, no one needs.
Oh, Crash has too many angles on me. Snoop, I'm pulling out.
I can't, bro. I
Pause,
know.
bro.
I knows, innit? I knows, bro.
Well,
Just
you
one
guys
say
can
pause.
book
Infected.
your
Yeah, that was me.
respective thing going forwards. We have a battle to review, which is this is the controversial one for me of the night. I don't know about anyone else, but this one for me I had to wrestle with, and I came to not the conclusion everyone else seems to. We have Hamill versus Deburke. Hamill, who is a tournament favourite, the Academy winner for this year as well, in a very tightly contested battle against another favourite Pagan. Deburke, who has had an interesting run in this tournament, having had an exhibition against Pedro, had a couple of dropouts, but delivered when it mattered, and he took the win. He upset Hamill.
This is upset
And
of
I-
the tournament, I think.
I don't know if I agree. So,
I do agree. I
okay,
agreed
right. Crash
yesterday.
wants to argue with me
I
on this
agreed
one, so I want to
yesterday,
hear from
and
him
I
first.
agreed
Crash,
today watching it back, bro.
give me
I
the
feel
thoughts
like
on this
both
battle.
were very, very good. Like, do you know what I mean? Hamill never drops the ball.
Mm.
And Deburke, like you just said, when it matters, he makes that shit count, man. And I feel like Deburke had a very hard battle going into this. And I feel like that fueled him up. And I feel like he delivered. I really do. I was watching and I feel, yo, he's up 1, you know. He's up 2. His rounds are just, I don't know what it was, but them rounds were just clean, boy. And I gave all 3 rounds to Deburke, which sounds harsh.
See
But
how
I
though.
feel like Deburke delivered, and him versus Pagan is the final I want, and we need it. We need that final.
Interesting. Danny, what's your prognosis and judgment of Hamill versus Deburke, knowing that we've got Crash giving it 3-0? 3-0 to Deburke. What we saying?
I think with this battle, like, this is the sort of battle I would never ever want to actually judge, like, ever, right? And again, for all the right reasons, which is brilliant for the tournament, for the scene and everything. I feel like if I watch it on Monday, Deburke takes it. If I watch it on Tuesday, Hamill takes it. If I watch it on Wednesday, it's a draw. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's going to be one of those battles that, like, I genuinely want to watch it again already. I've watched it 3 times since yesterday just to come onto here and do this because I forget shit all the time. Like, I can't pick out any bars from the battle. Like, but I remember, like, Deburke was snapping. Do you know what I mean? And he deserved to win. But Hamill was snapping, and he deserved to win. So I think in terms of their styles and stuff, I just lean more towards Hamill in terms of what I like, so that personal preference. But in terms of winning a battle, like, I can't argue with anybody giving it to Deburke either. Do you know what I mean? So great battle, and, you know, fair play to the judges, man.
But
Fair play.
how did you judge it though? What did you end up scoring in the end? We're not sitting on fences on this
I think-
show, my friend.
no,
we
no,
need an
I think-
answer
like I
from
said,
you.
Like I said, I would lean more towards Hamill on my personal preference, right? But looking at it from, like, a professional standpoint and in that kind of sense, I can see why people go with Deburke more. I feel like he covered a bit more ground throughout the battle. I feel like he just broke Hamill down a bit more. But again, you know, Hamill didn't do bad. Like, I just think Deburke did Deburke better than Hamill did Hamill in terms of, like, a broad perspective. But again, that personal preference, Hamill, like, to me. But yeah,
Okay.
I can't argue with the judges. I can't.
I have to agree with
Briggz has
Danny.
paid
It's
me
a
not to.
shame someone had to lose this battle. It
And
would have
again,
been a great
like,
battle.
could you imagine if that
just
was-
a friendly one-off? Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? It would have
Could
made
you
it.
imagine though, if that was the final? Yeah, you imagine August 1st, that's the final, right? And then after that it goes into Shotty Gem. How that crowd is going to be ready for that battle to come on? Like, that's a big thing for whoever's in the final. That's a massive task for them to get that crowd ready for Shotty Horror versus Gemini. Like, that's
Yeah,
mad.
facts.
That is crazy. The pressure, and I think they would have done it amazingly with that exact material that they both had and the way that they did it. again, it's a shame that they didn't get to do that in front of a crowd, like a proper battle rap crowd.
Enigma, my friend, give me your prognosis of this battle, my friend.
The battle was super duper close, and it's more of a style preference battle than anything. Round one, Hamill did Hamill, Deburke did Deburke amazingly. Deburke's breakdown of Hamill's style and sort of the way that he raps, but also counter-writing the entirety of what Hamill was gonna, a little piece of what Hamill was saying in the first, I think proved it a little bit more effective in a battle rap sense. But Hamill overall in that round, for me, just hit more high points. Deburke was kind of thing like this, and he had a couple, but Hamill's high points were a lot higher. So I give the first round to Hamill. Second round, Deburke's angle. Like, if you have the right angle, you can dismantle somebody's style in a way without personally attacking his style. Because if you really think about the way Hamill raps, Hamill doesn't tend to do ridiculously personal angles. Deburke just grabbed 3 things from the top that Hamill's done once and framed the whole thing on it. The ability to do that without it being somebody's main vocal point and still making it hit is just out of this dimension. He had like 8 punches in that one angle as well. So even though Hamill's second was amazing, I give the second to Deburke. So it's 1-1 for me. The third, Hamill had a tiny little slip, which doesn't really mean a lot overall. But what it did do, because it was right before the end of his third round, is it kind of knocked some of his momentum. So that last 4 that he didn't really hit with the full momentum. And I think if it did, it would have built it and made it a bit more debatable. But Deburke's third angle about it's like a shuffle T round. Like, it's a round that's like, no matter what you say, you could have the best breakdown, the best bars, 27 haymakers. Somebody comes and says, you did this and that guy's still alive. Boom. And then they do all the shot bars. It's just a round so ridiculous. It takes you out of the battle. And that's why he won the third round, because it was just so ridiculous. No matter what Hamill said, like, that round was going to have that same like level of ridiculousness. So 2-1 Deburke, but it's debatable. Somebody who prefers bars over that satirical style would probably go 2-1 Hamill. So it's a style preference, but I had it 2-1 Deburke.
I would epitomize this by the old adage, and I don't agree with the adage of it, but the notion of a knockout punch in battle rap. Deburke had 2 that I would consider to be, oh no, I think he won the round with just this aspect of his round, right? Hamill, when you listen to it, and I listen to these back at half speed so I can try and catch everything, the way is so good. His so many little things, so many patterns that he waves in and out of, his cadence, the way he conducts himself in a battle is so effective. But it was consistent throughout. Deburke, in his second round, had the research thing. I could defeat you by deleting your cookies. Unfortunately, at that point, he's got that round because everyone's like, oh yeah, cool, fun, I can gravitate towards that. And in the third one, it's you told your opponent you'd fill him with lead, he'd wake up surrounded by doctors and meds. By all accounts, he's not really dead then. And then just goes with it from there and really runs with the assertion. You told me you killed a man! And like...
You fraud!
You
It's so ridiculous.
fraud, man.
And so you've got a guy there who was very busy. I'm not saying Deburke coasted. He was very, very busy. In fact, I think he overran his first round by like 15 seconds, something like that. Even called time by, like, say, time is money. We only have 60 seconds. Really rushed to get that out to make sure he finished his round. But I think his stuff wasn't epitomized by how busy he was. It was by those 2 moments that allowed him to really encapsulate what he was trying to do, which is, as you guys have alluded to, break down Hamill. And Hamill wasn't as effective at breaking him down necessarily, but I preferred Hamill's stuff because Hamill is so effective and delicate and technical and so immaculately paced with his stuff, gets it out well. But I'm with Danny. I can see the other side of the sword on this one. I can see everyone going, yeah, Deburke, and going, I couldn't argue with you, but it is so sad to see Hamill out. I'm baffled.
Go on, Danny.
You know what? With 3 other judges, we might be seeing Hamill in the semifinals.
100%.
Like, it could be that, and that's why with battle rap, it's so hard to do this kind of thing, right? like, because it's all subjective. There isn't a clear like score sheet for this. Prem did try to do it in their first season of the when they did the teams and that, but even then, like, the people that they chose to judge it weren't even keeping to that anyway. Like, I think that could have worked personally, but they needed the right people. Do you know, we needed MA back, like the head judge back in Don't Flop days. Like, we needed him back to actually pick the judges and that, and he almost had a team of people that would judge on every event and stuff like that. Like, yeah, there needs to be something. But we'd still debate anyway. Like, you'd still have your personal.
It's like Champion of the Year, man.
Yeah,
like these guys sit,
exactly.
they've got the categories, and then they debate each category for like 2 hours, like per category. So there'll still be so much discourse.
Mm.
For me, I think we just go on, Danny. Go on.
I was just gonna say, I think we just got to be happy that we can debate it, and it wasn't a whitewash of, you know, Deburke or Hamill just absolutely steamrolling. Because although they're fun to watch, you know, the car crash performances and stuff like that, like, I would much, as a fan of battle rap, I want to see two people going and kill each other. Like, that's what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't want to see anyone just dying. Do you know what I mean? There's no fun in that.
No, it is horrible. Crash, what were you going to say, brother?
Nah, I gotta disagree. Do like a body bag now and then, like, do you know what I mean? I do like a clean sweep, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, someone
like
trying their hardest.
If you're saying we didn't enjoy that, I enjoyed that very much.
But like, someone trying their hardest and still getting beat. That's
sometimes, do you know what I sometimes think when I think of Crash, by the way? I just need to interrupt, but I feel like that meme in The Simpsons where it's like, can you imagine a world where everyone agreed about battle rap and everyone's holding hands and cheering and Crash is like, ugh. Like, he hates harmony in battle rap so much.
We need that,
I feel like the first for me was the most debatable. And like, yeah, if I was gonna give Hamill a round, it would be the first. But I feel like it's like in this tournament, I know what Hamill does. He raps really, really well, and that's what he did this battle. But in this battle, Deburke also rapped really well, but he had an entertainment factor as well of the themes of the last 2 rounds, and I think that's why I edged him the rounds, because it came down to the creative side, the creativity of his rounds. It wasn't just good raps, it was good raps wrapped in a theme of you research
something else.
It was packaged
and fucking
100%. Do you know what, Deburke as well, he's really good at conversational in between lines. Like after the I don't care about your family, I don't care about your dog, the Sherlock Holmes bitch ass, and then he's straight on to the next thing. But it's almost like he's just saying it like it's almost off the top of the dome. He's probably writing it, but he does that a lot, and it adds like a little edge.
That was the bitch ass.
Yeah, it seems so out of like that seems so out of pocket to hear from someone. Like, if you look at Deburke and hear it, right?
No, but
you would not expect him to be calling anyone a bitch ass for any reason at all.
We should be chastened by the fact, though, that it's not like Hamill's going to be resting on his laurels, because I don't know if anyone's paid attention to the timeline today, but we got a card for June now, and Hamill's on it with one Slimbuck. What do we make of that one?
In the chat, right? Stroy is still in the chat. Does this count as international for winning the tournament?
Nah, surely not. That's racism.
That's a cop out,
because we have to say nah, innit?
Stroy with the small print right at the bottom.
He's one of ours now, isn't it? Like, Slimbuck is one of ours now. He's not an international batter anymore.
Yeah, that would be such a hassle.
He's part of the UK scene now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
But who wants to weigh in on Slimbuck versus Hamill as a battle? I mean, because here's the thing. My exposure to Slimbuck is very nominal. I know he's been making some waves, but I haven't yet had a chance to really come to grips with his body of work. Hamill now I have massive hopes for. I mean, he could have gone on to win the tournament, so I have kind of this big idea of what should be next for Hamill. But what do we make of that matchup as... not the comeback battle, obviously, because I think he's got nothing to be ashamed of from his performances in this tournament. But as far as the next thing for Hamill, what do we make of that?
I think it's a big step, and I feel like, it's going to be a great battle, to be honest, is my 2 cents.
Facts, 100%. I think it's a look he definitely deserves. Slimbuck judged one of Hamill's battles, so I feel like there's some sort of connection there that we might find out more about in the battle, and I think it's something that Hamill's definitely ready for. Slim is an absolute killer, though. Like, he's Slimbuck is serious, and Slimbuck's fan base is even more serious, bro. Slimbuck's fan base are like Beyonce fans. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they're on the timeline. They're not shy.
they're not
They're on
shy
African
about
time
it.
as well, so they'll hit you up at 4 a.m. in the morning, like, do you know what I mean? Just like, you have no chance. You have no chance. Who is
You
this?
have no
Word?
chance.
Who is this?
Who is Hamill? Yeah, bro,
would
they're
never
gonna be
do a
going crazy.
tournament. Like, Slimbuck would never do a tournament. You kill everybody. Like, they're diehard fans, man. You're gonna learn. We're gonna learn what.
I'll
Yeah.
have to look. I'll
It's
have to
gonna
look
be a
into
great
it.
battle. Then.
Danny, what do you make of it, man?
Do you know what the only thing, like Hamill's really, really good, right? Really, really good. Is he ready for someone like Slimbuck? We will see. I hope he is, and I do believe that he could be. But do you remember, like, trying to think, like the last battle of the kind of Georgie Roots, yeah?
I knew
Like,
you.
Georgie
were
Roots.
gonna-
You know exactly what I'm gonna say. I know.
Talk
You
to
know.
him. We've
Like,
had this conversation on this channel before, but talk to him.
yeah, like learn to run, like learn to walk before you can run in it. Like that's all I'm saying. And I hope that he's, you know, he's going to take it seriously. Of course, it's his bounce back battle if you want to, you know, play as that. Like, so yeah, I hope he's got his running shoes on, and that's all I'm going to say.
Reward him well. I feel like this is a reward him well for doing his part of the Where's One in Monk. But yeah, we don't want to see him skip now to Slimbuck and then a Bobby Rex.
Yeah,
I'll jump in for a second. Sorry, gentlemen, but we've got
see him cook people in his own class.
We've got Homeschool in the chat saying the comments will have Slimbuck winning probably before they've watched the battle. So it's a fair assessment to say he's got an uphill battle ahead of him. Is that what we're saying then?
There's banners being made.
Lord,
right now
I'll tell you what, yeah,
Slimbuck
just to prove a point, yeah, just to prove a point, right? When you see the post, right, repost it, quote it, and say Hamill 3-0, right? Just do that, and watch. Watch
me.
Honestly, you will get fucking terrorized. Like, they will be all over you, bro. Like it's so.
I'm doing it like, right now. I'm so curious to see what happens.
This way, nothing happens now, and I look like an idiot. But no, loyal fan base. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, proper loyal fan base.
But while I'm inciting a fan base, we then have to discuss the matter of the semi-final between one Sam Hypes versus Deburke, which is one of those odd matchups that you kind of, I'm not entirely sure how that one's going to go, considering that it's kind of a clash of eras. It's definitely a clash of styles. You've got a journeyman versus a relative newcomer. You've got a guy that is very selective, I would argue, in how he battles. He's not one for pace, versus Deburke, who almost runs out of time with everything that he wants to pack into rounds. What do we make of that as a semi-final? I'm going to throw it to Crash first.
It's exactly what you said, bro. It's a big style clash between two rappers who, do you know what? They deserve their place, man. They fought their battles and they've won them, so they're here where they're here now. But like, yeah, what I think the options and the weapons that they choose in this battle and how they decide to approach this battle is very detrimental to what we get. Like, do you know what I mean? The amount of time they put into this battle. Like, again, I feel like they've got longer time limits and the crowd's back. So let's see how they now cater their new styles to back in the room styles. And yeah, man, I feel like Deburke's got a lot of, because Sam is that journeyman, like Daddy said. Sam had 1 year where he was battling loads, like, do you know what I mean? And like, he has the more material to go off and to debunk, really, whereas Sam's got that, you know what I mean, stereotypical angle of what he looks like. But hey, he got here, so it might work. Who knows, man?
Danny, what do we think?
If he can, it's difficult, right? If Sam Hypes can pull off angles like he did against Briggz, like the little tiny things that he found on Briggz and blow him up in something massive like he did, I think he could do some damage to Deburke. Like we see Frost do it, right? Like you look like a beaver, like and that crushed his like style in a way. I think if Sam can get his teeth into the right angle and the right material, then he's gonna be hard to beat. I think Sam Hypes also has more experience on stages and in actual venues. then Deburke, so that could play a part. But yeah, this is what I find it difficult to call, if I'm honest. I think it obviously, all these battles can go either way, whatever. But yeah, I'm struggling, man, because Deburke is really, really. Every time I watch Deburke, I'm like, okay, I like that about him as well, actually. And then the next battle, I'm like, oh, he does that as well. I like that about him as well, actually. And I've found with Sam, like, over just he's had 3 battles in this tournament, right? That's it. Even just those 3 battles, I've seen that progression in Sam as well. So it's I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a very worthy semi-final, but yeah, it's a tough one to call, man.
I have a slightly different question for you, Enigma, if you don't mind, because again, short of I don't know, I can't remember what line you choked on again, but I think you might have choked on a line in this battle where there was a moment. Imagine that hadn't happened, okay, and you'd have qualified, because again, I think people had that battle running razor thin until that, and I think people wouldn't necessarily have argued if you'd have won. Who would you, and I know you would have qualified against a certain opponent, but of those 3 that qualified, who do you think you would have wanted to face as far as the challenge? Or who do you think you would have wanted to face to plot your path to the final, and why? Like, of these matchups, where would you want to intercede with?
That is a good question.
That was a good question.
Probably Dubtee. I like Dub. I like Dub style.
Well.
When I have people like Dub who I can, like Pagan, like fighting against people like that, like genuinely brings the best out of me. So, to be fair, all of them would, but Dubtee, just the specific way he writes, would have definitely probably brought the best out of me, because it's kind of similar. So probably would have been Dubtee, man.
I mean, not that you've been shy of sharing an opinion or two, and this is the show for it. Who wouldn't you have wanted to face? Who's the one you're like, I wouldn't have been excited by that
Deburke.
one?
I feel like
not because I'm not excited by it. I wouldn't have wanted to face Deburke because Deburke is scary to me, bro. The way Deburke writes, like, bro, do you know how stressed I would be thinking about what I'm gonna say, what angle I'm gonna use? Because what's he gonna do? Just 2 rounds of magic. And then it doesn't even matter. Like, sometimes
I think about me. We like to shoot people sometimes. You can't shoot them. It don't
He's
work,
in there like
man.
dismantling my life. Like,
He'll do some pound shit with his fingers. And
Is that a thing about Deburke? Because he isn't the finished article yet, not by even a long shot. Like, that blind guy angle with the glasses and the weird sort of thing, that was right. Where did that come from, lad? Then you've got like rounds against Pedro where he's effectively freestyling half of it. He's had some time prior, but like, he's so undefined and yet effective. Like, what is the ceiling on him at the moment, and why? Because I know what you're saying as far as like, how do you even begin to write for a guy like that? What's he going to bring? It's stressful. But like, how would you have gone about trying to attack a guy like that when he's got a limited back catalogue? He is kind of a weird one to prep for because he doesn't really have things apart from, like, I would argue he has a slight nervous / awkwardness. It's not quite a bravado yet. And he does sort of rush. He is almost like, let me tell you another thing, and another thing is this, and da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, lad, you can...
That's a great question.
You can calm. It's fine. He's not going to interrupt you. How would you go about an opponent like that?
I think for people like Deburke, and like, when I think about people who have beaten like similar styles, I call them magic, because it's just like, it's like undefinable. It's like science that hasn't yet been discovered. Like, I don't even know what's going on over there. It's like Shuffle T. Like, when I think about the people that have actually defeated them, your best chance is when there's no crowd. When there's a crowd, it gets kind of scary. Your only hope is to be a god level of yourself, and that's the most you can do. Because even if you spend too much time thinking about what your opponent's going to do, it's going to fuck you over. So your one hope is to just be the best version of yourself and try and dismantle them as well in some sort of way. But it's going to, whoever has, I feel like Deburke and Sam Hypes here, it's, if we get Sam Hypes that we got versus Briggz and the Deburke that we got versus Hamill, I think Deburke still takes that battle. And if we get the Sam Hypes that we normally get versus the Deburke that we got versus Hamill, I think Sam Hypes will still lose that battle too. So I don't know what version of Sam we're gonna get, but he's gonna have to fuse both of those versions together and then level it up once more, because the Burke's on a tear, man.
I mean, Danny, you look like you've got something to say, but I do need to turn the conversation now to the. Are you doing the fusion? Crash, you're in the wrong position to do. Crash is up, you're down. You could have done the fusion. But
can I just extend one to Enigma's
shoot,
answer, because I like
shoot.
the question. But you said, what do you want to do? Enigma's right. Yeah, you have to be the best version of yourself. But you can do the dirty version where, like, what I do is just be like, when you try and shame someone, you're like, he's not real hip hop. Like, this guy never ciphered in the rain. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't from the roots. Like, you have to go so dirty because it's not allowed.
That will work.
Like a thing was said,
in some places it will.
He's gonna nullify your attacks, basically.
And that's what I said. It's all about what angle Sam decides to take.
Facts. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Because Deburke's very experimental too. Deburke can do an angle, like the blind guy angle, which hit. And there's a blind guy in the room as well. That was so funny. But Deburke can do like stuff like that, but sometimes it won't hit. Like that's a very situational angle.
That blind angle didn't hit for me.
See, exactly that. Like it's so experimental that sometimes it might just not work because it's too out of the box. But so you have to see what version of them we get.
But I agree, that's why it worked.
Because with a crowd, that angle would have hit.
Right, because it would have been caught. Yeah, I agree. But that's the thing about Deburke. I think he's great at finding ways to win. He's been consistently good at looking at the situation, go, what do I have to do to win this battle? Which brings me on to my final question, gentlemen. And Crash, I want to throw this one to you first because this is what we've been building the series towards. Who's going to win this thing? We've got Sam Hypes versus Deburke, Dubtee versus Pagan. We need predictions for that. And then the prelude to Shotty Horror versus Gemini. No pressure, lads. Who's going to win this damn thing, Crash?
My prediction is Deburke, Pagan. And then I want to say Pagan, but as long as we get a fire battle and both come at 100%, pause. I don't pause, but bro, don't talk to me, bro. Oh, I've been good on to you today, bro. As long as we get a fire battle, I'm not both of them for me deserve it, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want Pagan to win. Pagan's been my pick from the start with Enigma. Look what Enigma done. He's let me down. Lord, please.
I want to throw it to Danny, but first of all, Stro is being weirdly cryptic. I've asked everyone, like, give me your thoughts on who's going to win. He's just put all 4 names. Is it, Stro, are you just saying that the real winner is everyone because of the friends we made along the way? Like, what are you saying there? I need clarification.
There are no participation trophies in this.
I was going to say, like, Stro, like, come on, I know you're not in the studio anymore, man, but don't sit on no fence. Tell us who you really think is going to win. Don't be biased. Tell us who you think is going to win.
He'll be saying the culture next.
The real winners are you, the fans. That's who wins this one.
You, the fan. You guys are home, following us on a journey.
Danny, I need to know who is your pick for the winner of the Where Winning Matters tournament, not only through the semi-finals, but for the final itself. Go!
All right, so I think... So we've got Deburke and Sam Hypes, Pagan and Dubtee, yeah. Right, so I think...
Oh, it's so measured. This is weighing heavily on his soul.
It's hard to judge. This is, like, without a doubt, the best tournament that Prem and the UK, I think, really is done. There's no clear winner in my eyes. I think Dubtee's character and the way that he does what he does beats Pagan's character in the way that he does. But one thing that I will say, Pagan has been rebuttaling a little bit lately, right? I think it was actually on here. He said that he was going to rebuttal against Hamill, but he didn't want to risk it. And he risked it in this battle, right? It paid off once. And I think the first rebuttal, I think if that was in front of the right crowd, it would have popped and, you know, it went right over my head. But I appreciated the try, and it rhymed, didn't it? Like sometimes the rebuttal, as long as it rhymes, you get away with it. The second rebuttal, though, I thought was brilliant. Like I thought it really helped with, you know, it really helped his cause. So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm leaning more towards Dubtee in the final against Deburke. and I see Dubtee raising that belt. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. Before Enigma answers, sorry to jump in, but Stro being mean again. Quote, the real winner is Crash for saying Enigma is the next Bizzo, considering Bizzo never choked on a line that was suspect as fuck. So interesting. Stro firing shots at Crash with Enigma catching the straight. Interesting, Stro.
That's the fifth time. That's the fifth time we've had back to that line now, so we can't go back to it anymore. All right, guys. That's it.
Yeah, we hit the threshold. Listen to yeah, Crash. That's the threshold, bro. I want to hear that in the battle.
Madness. But Enigma, no pressure, because again, you would have said 2 weeks ago, I'm the winner of this tournament. But now I need to know from you, who do you think's going to go on and take the belt, my friend?
I think the winner's going to be Pagan, and I think it truly depends though on who levels up. Like all their versions of themselves now, the Dubtee we've had in this tournament versus the Pagan we've had in this tournament, like Dub has very slightly won pretty much every battle. The only battle he really won convincingly was against a pretty terrible Red Wolf. So that version of Pagan that we're getting that is literally murdering people's souls versus this version of Dubtee, Pagan wins that battle. So it depends who levels up for that and who levels up more. But I've got Pagan. Deburke, I've got Deburke beating Sam. Although Sam could pull an upset if Deburke pulls too weird an angle and Sam's angles hits. And then Deburke versus Pagan in the final, that can go either way. We're also forgetting that Deburke and Dubtee have already battled. So if it's a Deburke-Dubtee final, Deburke won that battle convincingly. Very, very convincingly. When I watch that battle, it's close to a body. That's how convincingly he won the battle. Dubtee has some good stuff too, but when you see that version of Deburke, man, Dubtee might want to get revenge. So it could be any of them, but my pick is Pagan. Pagan better win, man. After you beat me, then I can say at least I lost a little bit.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
Well, we've got a comment from Stro as well. I love this more mature version of Enigma. Proud of him for his tournament. Now let's go to work. Interesting. Maybe alluding to something in the future. Who knows? Stro has never been one to be direct about how he thinks and feels. For what it's worth, I have backed Dubtee throughout the course of the tournament. I understand the point. In fact, there's been some very good points made about his... I have concerns about him as a battler. But the thing that I always keep coming back to is that he, like Deburke, finds ways to get what he needs to get out of battles in order to continue to progress. I don't think I've ever seen him really take a sidestep or a backstep in his career. I think what gets in his way, he's so arrogant. He's so like, hey, how do you not already all agree I'm the best ever? Like, I don't understand why we're even having this conversation. And it's that thing of just saying to him, dude, like, Stro, oh, Lorne picks Dubtee, friends. Yes, he's a good friend of mine, but it's foundationally based on the fact that I think he raises his game. He understands battle rap to its very core. It's just I just wish he would channel that energy towards sealing that, making sure, like, don't leave shit to chance. Don't flagrantly do the thing that everyone's saying not to do. Everyone says don't do name flips. Well, I'm gonna do a round on name flips. Why? Why are you doing that? Like, well, because to prove that I can do it better than they think I can. No, just don't do it. But he does it anyway. If he can get out of his own way, I think he's got mammoth potential. He's a great talent. But to Enigma's point, Pagan's I really struggle to look past Pagan because he's a fucking killer. And Deburke, while I appreciate what he brings to the table, I don't see past Pagan really. But I still, again, I'm going with my heart on this one. Follow the heart of the cards, as it were. I picked Dubtee to win this whole goddamn thing. £3,000. I want my cut, Dubtee. I've been backing you from the beginning, lad. No small feat. You ain't made it easy for me.
Pagan, bro. Go on, G.
But there we go.
So I got a question, right? Like something I was thinking about earlier, yeah. Like in terms of like winning the tournament is one thing, yeah. But then you get to say that you've won the tournament, right? Like in the future and all this sort of stuff, right? Like you look at how Bizzo went on after the Anarchy tournament. Like he became the face, right? And he was in everyone's like minds like all the time, right? Out of the 4 that's left, I feel like Dubtee's character is the one that I'd be most excited to see with that belt because of that arrogance as well. Because then it's like
I completely
here's the
agree.
proof that I am. Here's the proof that I am better than you, and I'm going to talk my shit to every single one of you. Like, for me, I want Dubtee to win for that reason as well. I can't see Deburke going on like that. Like, respectfully to him, like I just don't think it's his way.
A great point. It's a great point.
Pagan's very humble, you know.
I just want to shout out 2 people before we, because Homeschool is in the chat and he's done a great job of judging. I've really rated his insight into the battle so far.
Big up Homeschool, man.
Anki is also in the chat. First time he's catching this one live, so I appreciate you. And also Stro might still be commenting. Who cares? But the other thing, just because to further to Danny's point, the next rounds are going to be live again, lads. This whole nowhere to hide thing, okay, that's one thing. Now you ain't got no excuses when there's no reactions anymore. There's going to be a paying crowd that want to be entertained. No, none of this. People slept on me because they were trying to. No. They slept because it was trash. No, you need to fucking up your game now, lads.
Right?
It's escalation.
Just to add to that as well, yeah, it would have to be extra trash because we have been deprived from live events, right? So it has to be way trash.
No reaction means that was ass.
Yeah, like that's gonna have to be like, mate, you should
talk
have
to
went out
him
in the groups.
Talk to him.
Yeah, so it's gonna have to be real bad because people are gonna be chomping at the bits to hear battle rap live again. Like,
1,000%.
you know, I'm looking at trying to get a babysitter at the moment just to be able to go to that event. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
I want to pose that question to Crash then, in terms of who should be the face of the company going forwards, assuming they win. Obviously, we're not just saying who do we give it to, because I think it would have been interesting, again, like Enigma, I think you fit that profile very, very nicely. Talk about a guy that you could put a company behind and say, hey, listen, you run with this belt, my friend, because, hey, I'm the champion of this promotion and every other promotion is trash, is a sentiment I could hear you saying out loud and meaning it. But Crash, of these 4, who do you see as, if he wins, I could see him running with the belt, I can see him running with the promotion. Dare I say it, relish the challenge of taking on a Shotty or a Gemini for that shot, because that's something that is sort of floating in the ether at the moment as a potential thing that could happen. I'm just saying, it's been floated.
No, that's what I'm saying. Walk before you run.
Yeah, let's walk.
No one in this
is what me
tournament.
and Danny were talking about. Like, let's not get.
No one in this.
I will say that I did not prompt this. Well, I didn't prompt this, but I was interviewing Pagan, and Pagan brought it up. He's the one who said, "Hey, listen, man, I might have to face a Shotty or a Gemini at one point."
No, and good, and that is from the Young Bucks. I feel like when I've been here so long, like battling a Gem or a Shotty would be good, but like it don't make sense. But like for these Young Bucks who are on that journey of like just starting and they want to go, that's good, because like the generation needs the torch needs to be passed to someone. Like,
if
you know
facts, it has to go in the right order, man. You got to know your levels. Like, look what happened when Crash battle Yunnan.
Yeah, there's 10 other battles before they get to that. Do you know
what did he? No, hold up. What did he say about Yunnan, Bev?
No, I said there's levels in it, and you know when you're not ready for something. Look what happened when you battled Yunnan.
Right.
Yeah, that's the perfect example. You know what you're talking about,
bro.
If like it's the same. If I battled Shotty now, it would be.
Yeah, but that's not
what? It'd be raps.
That's not Yunnan. Anyway, yeah. I can't remember what I said. You pissed me off too much now. I can't believe what you've done, bro.
Crash, I think you held your own. I think you held your own against Yunnan. I actually watched that.
Crash did amazing. Crash did amazing.
Hey, thank you. So Pagan is my pick. Dubtee is a good choice. I can't fault you guys for choosing Dubtee. He is a funny character. My pick would be Pagan, and like I feel like Bizzo showed that you don't like. I hear what you want to say, and the selling points is crazy. Chatting shit to the Americans or whoever, that's crazy, innit? But Bizzo showed you don't even have to talk too much, and it's like kind of like Pagan's on a hitman vibe of like, I'm gonna kill you, And it's like, I don't have to like make a large thing about it. Just come around the corner and we can scrap, bro. And then you can come back and tell your mates, you're headed, like, do you know what I'm saying? I feel like Pagan's like calm, collective, but then a killer, like, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to see him go far, man.
Stro in the comments, by the way, still being as productive and diplomatic as ever. Crash called him the next Bizzo, and Enigma is out here trolling. Lol. Yo, Crash, fight back.
You can't pick your friends, innit, man? I see what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you give someone a good, like, do you know what I mean, a little bit, and they just cunt you. Is that? We'll see.
I do just want to throw something out there as we wrap up the stream, gentlemen, because I am going to put my foot down and wrap up at 11-ish because I got a jog to do. But there was the interviews after the show. It didn't wrap, but the interviews went on. I just want to get people's opinions on those interviews because there was a moment between young Dubtee and Bobby where I was genuinely afraid for Dubtee's safety.
That was hilarious, man.
Like, what did we make of that as a more... Because it was more confrontational, I would argue, but not, like, uncomfortable. I found it entertaining, but it was a bit, ooh, what could happen here? Like, do we like that sort of more... Again, it feels a little bit pro wrestling. It feels a little bit like...
That's the behind the stage content that we need. Like, that's why, like, this should have been done throughout the whole... That was a young pup getting a bit too gas round the grown-ups.
Until the end, when he flipped it. Because he flipped the whole thing by saying, I'm just being devil's advocate. And it popped Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby was like,
funny,
do you know what? That was funny.
Saying it, like, I'm just going to stir you. I'm going to rage bait you. And then just chill. Just joking, like, do you know what I'm saying?
You know
I think more of that needs to happen, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's a bit of history there as well, isn't there? I remember on Twitter, Dubtee, did he call out Shotty? Was that it?
Yeah, he called out Shotty.
Yeah, and a lot of the top tiers got on at him, but Bobby was one of them. And yeah, I think Bobby likes to put people in their places, and he does it well. But that little exchange between them two, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. But I agree with Crash. We need more.
But I thought Bobby did great at catching, because I think he caught himself and was like, right, I'm a host. Let me bring it back. Let me keep the guy in. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I enjoyed the energy of the moment, and I really wish we had more of that. I wish there was more. Look, we have some things we need to get. We need to clear the air. We need to get it into the ether rather than it just spilling onto the timeline. Like, with all due respect, as much as I enjoyed being referenced in Briggsy's attempts to join Boys to Men, I wanted to see that on the stream. You know, like, let Crow come on and cut a promo. Like, man, I fucking won that battle. Like, because then you've got something to work with on the streams that you can point to for promo packages, hype packages in the future, or whatever when you're building cards, as opposed to where's that tweet that he sent? He was do you know what? Fuck it, everyone saw it, and people didn't.
My
you know,
Twitter is like, I feel like a lot of battlers feel like Twitter is a promotion tool. It's not really, because you're already talking to people that follow you.
It's an echo chamber, 1000%.
It will go on the timeline, get reposted, and you'll get followed up someone else. I want to see actual promos cut, right? This is what I've been saying about face-off dubs, like war dubs, like, do you know what I mean? Even like comedy sketches and shit like that, man.
Do you know what I think would be a cool idea? Like, before the event starts, they get all the media people and maybe a few, like, you know, solid fans, and do a press conference type thing. Do you remember when Shotty battled Hitman? And they've done the whole press conference before. Like, that was so
I think
sick.
RBE doing more. Yeah, they're cold. Though,
yeah, that would be sick. Like, us all throwing questions at them.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Loaded questions.
Yeah, that's a fire shout.
I will just jump in.
Lorne, you would be good at it, yeah, because of that question that you asked Enigma earlier, right? When you said about, like, who would you want to see? You politely basically asked him, who do you think is the shittest?
Yeah. Who's the ticket through? And
you'd be good at it, man. You would.
Well, you say that because Stroh's chiped. I'm just gonna rebuttal something here. Stroh said Crow had the chance, and he's talking about me. You were on the couch when they were both interviewed. Yeah, but key moment, Stroh. We didn't know who won the fucking battle when we were talking. Like, how am I supposed to put something to Crow to say, do you feel robbed, when we don't have the judge's decision, lad? But the point is that he's hit on the nub. we did have the mechanism in this tournament. And my question, final question for the day, because then we'll wrap it here. We've got who we think's going to win. Do we like the pre-recorded element of this tournament where we have had to sit on results for weeks, if not months? And if not, what could we have maybe suggested as the change to keep the pace and momentum of the battle to the announcement of who won in a way that was a bit more engaging? I'm not saying that it would have been possible. I'm just asking, like, did we find the fact that we had to wait to find out what happened good? Or did we find it a bit, oh, come on, man, just let us know. Like, we're a bit impatient to know. Like, I'm curious.
So I think, like, for the group stages, I think it worked really well. I think I'd have liked to have seen from the final, like last 16, I think small venue with a crowd, I think at that point, I think they should have been caught up and live at that point, in my opinion. But I do like what they've done, you know. As Crash said, the COVID sessions that they did was a bit like, it was a bit more kind of stop and starty. Whereas like with the whole punditry that Bobby and Stro did, I think that just made it a bit more seamless through. And what they did in the last one, I think was brilliant. And if he could have pulled that off the week before, like he wanted to, and the week before that, I think that would have made a massive impact as well. But yeah, I think get into the live events quicker, I think would have been better personally.
Before I throw it to Crash, I just think it's interesting that on the final episode, we're getting finally what it looks like from the perspective of his vape pen from Enigma right now. This is what his vape pen sees.
You had one more in you. You've been saving that one. You thought of that one last week. You've been waiting for
It's
your moment.
uncanny. It's like he's got it with two hands and he's just sort of lugging it around from that. But like, Crash, I gotta know, did you enjoy the pre-recorded elements to this, or did you get a bit frustrated? Like you alluded, I know you were probably joking, but the fact that I was,
I hear it, like, I'm not. I am calling it worse than it is. The COVID areas
because I was sitting on the results for weeks,
the world
like
that we lived through. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm just here comparing it to a fucking tournament. No, listen. I think what it was Bobby, and like Danny said, so I can change my answer. Like Danny said, Bobby and Stro did such a good job, and because this was a new, I get like some bits like the judging being pre-recorded. I get that now. But like Bobby and Stro did such a good job in them internet and them segments. But when we didn't have them, it felt like there was something missing from the show, man. And it just felt like it's not the same. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
If I could change something, it would probably be, yeah, I feel like we're missing out a lot of content because we're waiting on the judge's decision. So again, like Daddy said, maybe having like the group stages, how they did it, but then the final 16s, to get the most content out of it, we might need judging on a day, just so we can get the after, do you know what I mean, the after thoughts, the rundown,
and even running predictions and stuff as well, like,
yeah,
you know.
So I reckon that's the bit I would change, but I can't, like, they're trying stuff in it, so I can't fault them. They're trying new stuff, so we're seeing what sticks to the wall. Well,
I'm just gonna before I throw it to Enigma again. Sorry, I feel like I keep cutting Enigma off before he gets a chance to wade in. We have a comment from Ski Mask Jim, I think his name is. Slags. Interesting. Briggsy, I thought I never known shite. What are you doing in my stream? What are you doing in Crash's stream? What are you doing here? Like, we don't know anything. What are you talking about?
Briggsy likes it. You know when you're like, I want to.
Do you reckon Briggsy is like secretly our biggest fan?
Shy, so I'm just gonna play with the whiteboard on their stream.
I was gonna say, like, do you reckon he's the first person watching every week and he just turns it on mute and just goes, right, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. And then an hour in, he's like, fuck this, and just starts commenting. Like, do you think, like, secretly?
Comment like he has to.
I mean, it feels like that's what happens. I don't want to say that happens, but it is clearly what happens. Enigma, my friend, what do you make about the pre? I mean, you were a participant. You had to battle and then wait. Sometimes weeks waiting for an update on what's going on. But how did you find the experience versus what you maybe would have preferred, or did you enjoy it?
I thought it was brilliant, to be fair. I thought it was great. I didn't particularly like to wait, of course, for the judging. I think if it was me personally, It might be a bit more harder to do because you kind of need to look around the politics of who's friends with who. But I would probably have 3 judges in the building and then 4 judges online, or maybe 2 judges in the building and 3 judges online, something like that. But I'd have some sort of ratio of people, because in the building and then when you watch it on camera, 2 totally different vibes. So I feel like having some sort of split with some people in the building and then some people can watch it online afterwards. But of course, it depends on who can judge, and bare weird politics go into it, unfortunately. But I think that would be best.
Who man said to you, yeah, no, you got that, G. That was definitely you. You're like, yeah, I got that. I have got. You go over the $3, give it to someone else. You're like, what the fuck?
All 3, your opponent.
All 3 give it to the next one. You're like, oh, fuck you guys.
Well, that's how it could be, though, man. Bare the battles I watched in the building, and I thought, nah, like every dojo battle I watched in the group, I was thinking, bro, dojo is getting annihilated here. And then I watched it on camera and I'm like, bro, Joe did amazing. Like the Dubtee battle in the building was bad. The Kingsley battle in the building was bad. But then on camera, like he really shines through. So
can I offer a redemptive arc for a second? Your moment didn't feel. It felt like I remember it, but I don't remember it feeling as significant in the building. It felt like it passed quite quickly on camera, though. I don't know if they dialed it back and just I don't know if they edited it in 3 times. It felt long on the stream, like it was 15 seconds. It felt like a fucking eternity. But in the room, I don't remember it feeling that long.
Nah, man, it felt like 3 minutes to me. Like between when I forgot and I started remembering it, like I honestly felt like I was there for weeks. Like when I got out, when I finished, I was like, Pagan, bro, I'm so sorry, bro. You've aged like 5 years, just waiting for me to remember the rest of my second, bro. But on camera, I felt like it passed pretty quick, to be fair.
Interesting. Well, gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up there, but I do just want to end by saying, because we've got Stro and Briggsy in the comment section. They've been there the whole time. They just haven't commented, obviously. Again, I do want to offer some kudos, because even though me and Crash have been we've had our moments being very critical, and I feel like we've brought as much negativity to the conversation as much as we've highlighted the positives. But that's only because we're trying to call it as we see it. They do deserve a lot of credit over at Prem for being very ambitious with a project, for trying to see it through, for navigating some pretty significant hurdles, including but not limited to losing a venue not once but twice, having to deal with technical issues, having to navigate dropouts, maintain the promotional side of things week to week to week for a consistent period of 4 or 5 months. Like, keeping interest over 5 months for something is no mean feat. Yeah, they deserve all the credit in the world, and I hope they're commensurately rewarded in the semi-finals and finals by everyone watching this stream and beyond buying a ticket to the event. I mean, the question becomes, gentlemen, are we all going to be there?
Hopefully.
Not the final.
Crashes. What did you tell me? You got special dispensation to attend the final.
Yo, quiet, bro. Yo, she's still awake, bro. You mad, bro? I got day pass though, man. I'm there. I got day pass. I'm allowed to come out. Yeah, I got jump on.
See, this is where I'm lucky, because my wife actually likes battle rap events. She don't watch nothing online. She don't watch no YouTube, nothing. And if I suggest, let's sit down and watch battle, she'll be like, shut up.
Jokes on both of you. No one loves me enough to care, so I can do whatever I want. So there, jokes on both of you. Enigma, you gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Oh, that was
I'm going to be there on the June 6th card, watching. I'm going to be there to see that card, and I'm going to be there to see the final too. Therefore, I'll be there for both.
Sizing up potential opponents, yes?
Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on? I don't know anything, bro. I got amnesia.
Oh, he doesn't know anything? Come on, what do you know? Come on, last episode. Scoops! We want scoops!
I don't know nothing, man.
He's on the final card.
I'm not on anything, bro. I don't know what's going on. I've got amnesia, bro. I smoked amnesia.
I have made Crash wait for the results every single week for nearly 4 months. Crash deserves something today. Give him something.
Nah, man. As a lifelong wrestling fan, you should know rule number 1 is you never break kayfabe.
Boo! Boo! I say. Boo. Well, fair enough. Okay, I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Interesting stuff. But, gentlemen, that's been episode 14 of Premier Battles Where Winning Matters. The semi-finals take place on they take place on the 8th of June in the engine rooms in London, I believe. It's either the 8th or the 6th. I think it's the 8th.
It's the 6th.
It's the 6th. Okay. Well, don't go on the 8th then, because it would have happened. But I know it's in London because No Loose Chat have an event running at the end of May, I think,
But
in the same location.
Baby Mayhem too.
There you go. So you can get a rep in there first. Like me, I've never been to the engine rooms before, so I can get a rep in there and then turn up to Prem. And then the final takes place on the 1st of August. Little known fact, Shotty Horror might be battling on that card against a guy called Gemini. You might want to look into it. It could be a big deal. It might be. Who knows? Yeah. You might want to get a ticket for that while they last. It might be the biggest UK battle rap event of all time. But I mean, who are we to? We don't know anything on this show, so who are we to say? But Danny has joined us. Enigma the Prophet has joined us. I appreciate you both, gentlemen, for taking the time out of your evening. Enigma, how dare you not turn up here with your vape pen? Don't ever disappoint me like that ever again. How dare you?
He's not friends with you.
Listen,
he's resting.
If Danny can dig out his Media Member of the Year award, you can lug that £10 vape pen out of retirement for a day.
I can't believe he's got it on deck.
Do you just, when the postman turns up, do you greet him with it just like in hand when you take the post?
What do you mean? It opens the door for me. I open the door. What do you mean? He collects the mail, bro. It's like a dog.
Amazing. But gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I hope you all enjoyed these streams as me and Crash have enjoyed doing them. We'll be back next week with something completely different, it turns out. Back by popular demand. Do you want to guess what it is? Danny, guess what we're doing next week?
You're going to watch some battles?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, you mentioned watching that War of Words documentary. I think that'd be quite cool, by the way. I watched that the other day. I think that'd be really cool content.
I feel like we should do that. I feel like Lorne.
I think it would actually be right. Because Lorne as well. Like, how long have you been following Battle Rap?
I don't follow Battle Rap. I've been guessing the whole time I've been on here. Who are any of you?
Lorne goes off names. Yeah, names.
Yeah.
To be fair though, that reminds me. Yeah, when I first started doing it with my cousin Tom, he knew nothing of nobody. Yeah, we watched the Anarchy tournament, and he was like, "So that guy who's doing the timing, is he just like a referee?" Yeah, he was pointing at Shotty Horror.
Yeah, referee.
He's just a ref or something. Is he at every event? I'm like, yeah, he is, man. Yeah, he's not that important.
Don't worry about him. It's the most important guy.
Yeah, you kind of need to know UK Battle Rap. You need to know Shotty Horror, which is fine. One of these days, who knows? Maybe Cammy and him can take a break from being on each other's shows, and Shotty can come on here. Who knows? One of these days, maybe.
I tried for about 2 years. I did.
Listen. I never thought I'd have Lunacy on this show, and there he was one day. You never know.
What? So shout out Danny in the Smokehouse because he won.
Yeah, he won an award, didn't he?
Without a Scotty co-op sign, like, I mean, Cammy's just cheating at this point. Cammy's out here playing noughts and crosses in fucking Shorty on stream, bruv.
Some of us have just got it. Do you know what I mean?
Shout out Cammy every single time. And if you haven't, by the way, he's done a series of streams that have paralleled ours by recapping the shows. I would highly recommend you check those out and whatever it is.
We do love Cammy.
Promo time. Danny, you used to do something a bit like what we're doing, a little bit. Not quite as good, obviously, but it was okay. When are you going to do some more of it?
Definitely not as good, you know.
Motherfucker, you take that goddamn thing down now.
Man lifted up the trophy. The no word rebuttal.
As well, you know, it was right.
Like a dagger to my heart every single time he flashes that fucking thing on stream. When are you coming back? When are you doing proper streams?
I don't know, Matt. Do you know what it was? Do you know what it is, right? Like, I had a niche when I did it before, having Tom, right? Having this person who I was introducing to Battle Rap. There was a reason for doing it. I'm still figuring out what the reason's going to be, because I don't just want to come back and just, do predictions, do after events and stuff like that. Like, I quite enjoy doing my little games and all that kind of stuff as well. And Crash, you come on my stream loads and play the games and that. Like, it is just a bit of fun. So I'm thinking probably leaning more into that. But who knows? I'm hoping I'm going to get something set up for next month. But like I was talking to you the other day, OBS is a mindfuck. So I'm figuring that out at the moment. But yeah, hopefully soon. probably do something like every 2 weeks is probably what I'm going to aim for. But yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know.
And Enigma, my friend, where can we find you, follow you, and when? Okay, look, you're not going to spoil anything for us, but what should we?
Your Twitter handle is fucking jarring, nigga.
Yeah, you're hard to follow, dude. Like I type
write out a tweet,
Enigma,
then save it in
nothing.
drafts, then go and find your thing on Twitter.
It's
Every
N to the
time
J
I
something.
I put it back in.
Any1 on another thing.
E to the bro, sharp, bro. Just put ETP or something, bro.
Yeah, facts. I'm gonna make it all less confusing, I swear. Right now, just you'll see me. Don't worry. You won't even need to find me because you'll see me. I will be around very, very, very often. All
right. Well, we'll stay tuned for that in that case, and we'll be back on Monday with more. I also want to I plug in something. Pagan, we're wrapping it up. You missed your shot. Go back to the gym. I'm gonna do a cartoon series, battle rap story time. I have 5 stories from people. They're all fucking nuts. So now I got to animate them and then narrate them because all of your audio quality is fucking dog shit. Battle rappers of the world, please, I beg you, buy microphones. Some of you at least, so I don't have to narrate everything. Please pay attention when that drops because I'm putting a unreasonable amount of effort into trying to animate this shit. So if someone could watch it when I release it, that'd be grand. Thanks very much. In the meantime, though, Crash, my friend.
I want to plug something now.
Go on then.
30th of May, Mayhem 2, No News Chat. Your boys back in the ring. You want to see me just knock off some dust. You know what I'm saying? All this battle rap talking about.
Who's your opponent?
Try call Enigma, the fucking next Bizzo, and that I've been bugging out. So, trigger fingers itchy, gun bars, you know what I'm saying? Violence.
Who
are you against? Who's your opponent?
Pyro. It doesn't matter. It's the crash.
It doesn't matter.
It literally doesn't matter who I'm against. Your boys bringing the show. Your boys bringing the show back home, baby. That's a promo. That's how you cut a promo. You cut a promo.
You do realize we're going to preview your battle when it happens, though. Like we'll dedicate an episode to it. Like.
Yeah, I know. We'll do some.
Okay, all right. This is just whetting the appetite for now. I see. A soupçon of things to come. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I start wilding out on brothers like. You know
all right. Pagan as well. Pagan, we will get you on for a live stream at some site. We need to do some watch-alongs with Pagan because Pagan's got entirely too many sick battles to not rewatch at least one of them with the man. But before any of that, thanks to Danny, thanks to Enigma, thanks to Crash, thanks to you for watching. And me and Crash will be back next week, Monday, same time, same place, 9 o'clock, Monday, to rewatch and review War of Words, which I've never seen. So I look forward to seeing that. So, till then, it's goodbye from me and from all of the gentlemen below, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Halcyon Show.